Deuce and Mo Show.
Live from Sacramento.
It's Deuce and Mo
On Sactown Sports.
We are live! The second day in a row, Deuce and Mo return to Sactown Sports. It feels so good to be back. Doing this Monday through Friday, each day, 11 to 2 p.m. Pacific time. I'm Deuce Mason. That's Morgan Reagan. We are live, as always, on Sactown Sports on the app, 1140 a.m., 96.1-2 on your HD. Yeah. And, of course, on YouTube, youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140. And we always stay on even during the breaks there. So make sure you check us out there. Morgan Reagan, how you doing? Be honest though, because this is the first week back.
Okay.
All right. It's a little bit of a challenge. We got a lot going on. Late night last night with the game and a podcast, and then this morning. How are you feeling?
I feel more rested today than I did yesterday. I was like on a donut coffee kick. And what I learned about myself from yesterday was don't do that. Don't do that. Hi,
Why?
Chris Verlod. Thank you. He's helping me out. Oh, you're just amazing.
We're still getting out all the technical things.
Yeah. No,
back in the studio.
But yeah, and then I saw the donuts are still in here, and I did just have a bite of one just to see.
How they hold up? Day later? It
was a mochi donut, so it was fine, but it didn't taste good. So I was like, you know what? You're not worth it, donut. You're not worth my time. I threw it away because no one else is going to eat it. So I'm thinking about taking a bite in each one.
No.
Wait.
No.
Why? It's like a box of chocolates.
I am going to have one today. You don't get to just go bite whatever donut you want because it's left over from the night before.
Pick a donut. And then I will bite the rest.
Get out. Of course, there's so many ways to interact with us, and that's the biggest thing we want to do on the show is interact with all of you, whether it's on the YouTube chat or you can always call in the old-fashioned way at 1-800-920-1140, 916-339-1140. What a night it was at Golden One Center, Morgan Reagan. I would say that last night's Kings win, they won by 33 over the Memphis Grizzlies. Yeah, no Ja Morant, no Steven Adams. I do not care. It was like a roller coaster ride last night, but not like a smooth roller coaster ride. It was like those janky ones you don't really want to go to at like a state fair or a county fair where you're just like, it really jostles you around. You might have like your back might be sore after it.
I disagree with this description.
But once you get off, it feels really good.
No, I feel like it's one of those roller coasters where it didn't feel like, oh my God, I might die. It felt like, okay, is this supposed to be fun? Is this part's a little boring? Oh God, this part's a little just weird. Why is it doing this weird turn? And then it's like, yeah, this is a fun roller coaster, 33-point win. Yeah.
You don't think parts of that game, specifically all the turnovers in the second and third quarter, was like a county fair roller coaster?
I wouldn't go on a county fair roller coaster.
Exactly.
So.
I didn't want to go on that yesterday either. I mean, it was a weird, crazy start. The Kings knocked down and tie an NBA record with 12 made three-pointers in a quarter. They were 12 of 13 from three in that first quarter. End up putting up 47 points in that first quarter. Unbelievable start. And then the second quarter came. And then it was like, okay, here we go. Here come the turnovers. They had 4 turnovers in the first few minutes, but they got their stuff together. End of the third quarter, the bench was huge. Then the fourth quarter defense was amazing. When you look back at last night's game, what was the biggest takeaway you had from the victory?
I think that the Kings could play consistent defense.
You really think that?
What do you mean?
Consistent defense?
That they're capable of playing consistent defense? I mean, obviously you saw them with some of their lulls, especially in that second and start of the third quarter. But you guys, this is the NBA. That's going to happen to everybody. Boston, one of the better defensive teams in this league, they lost to Orlando again. They've lost 3 times to the Orlando Magic this year. And when we talk about really good defensive teams, you're still going to have those breakdowns. And I think for the Kings, They're not even close to that. So when they put together a game, when there's just more quarters put together where they are playing defense at a high level, it's great. Should I get that?
No.
Okay.
Okay, just so you guys know, Mike Bibby is scheduled to appear on the show today. And Mike Bibby's calling Morgan right now. Morgan's like, should I get this? Yeah, hey, please leave for a few minutes. Go. We're not doing a show right now. Go ahead and go chat it up with Mike Bibby. I don't know.
How was your night?
How about you
Mike?
wait to the break?
Oh, no.
Wild concept.
I forgot that we have breaks in radio. Yeah. My bad.
That has been kind of an adjustment.
It
right?
really has.
Podcasting all this time. We're just talking for like hours straight.
Podcast when we're live, I'll be like, I got to take this.
Yeah, the dogs are going crazy.
Yeah.
We can go take care of that. No, not anymore.
Yeah. But yeah. So that would be my biggest takeaway is just really, and when I say my biggest, I'm saying one of my big takeaways from last night game, because I think there's so many angles that we have to hit. We're going to be hitting on this game for like an hour because there's so many different things to talk about.
Yeah, it was so much fun to see them get it going on the home floor. It was the biggest win of the year from a point differential standpoint. 33-point win against a really good Memphis Grizzlies team who, by the way, they have played well without John Morant before and without Steven Adams. So I'm not acting like the Kings beat the full strength Memphis Grizzlies, but it's really about how they won. They did look like a team that we saw in the Sixers game at times.
Yeah.
And it concerned you, but the response was so much better. And I thought the defense in that fourth quarter was amazing.
Oh, it was absolutely magical. And to bring that out in the fourth quarter, we've seen this Kings team do that before, right? Where they adjust, they respond, and they really come out strong late in the game, which you wouldn't be able to say as of last year. But I think what's great too is that when they just lost to a team in the Sixers without Joel Embiid, without James Harden, and when you started seeing things go south with the Memphis Grizzlies with no Steven Adams and no John Morant, it was feeling like, okay, is this how we're going to identify this team? Is this what type of team they really are if it was going to be back-to-back losses like that? But instead, you see right away with just a few more good quarters and some really magical defense in the fourth, it can help identify a team in such a different way.
Can we give some love to the people watching us live?
What's
Of course,
up,
we got people
people
listening, but how about the people watching us live, chatting it up on the Sactown Sports 1140 YouTube page? We appreciate you guys being here. The biggest thing you can do if you are in that chat is make sure to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe. Subscriptions have jumped like crazy.
I know.
The last couple of days. Hit that thumbs up because all it does is help our channel grow, and it lets people know that Sactown Sports is doing live and local content from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. because you guys wanted more local. They give you more local. They bring us in. They expand the programming. It's a lot of exciting times, especially with how the Kings are playing right now.
Yeah, good vibes, donuts, pizza in this building, and wins at Golden One Center.
Where's the pizza?
There was pizza yesterday. We had to go. We had a game. No, Chris told us.
Unbelievable.
What is?
No one tells me about pizza?
Chris did. How about you open your dumb ears and listen? I want to know
when Chris told me about pizza.
Hey, guys, they just brought pizza in, too.
He said that. You're rude, and you need to start listening to your teammates.
You make me sick. Both of you guys make me sick. That did not happen. And you guys, I know it's like, hey, you guys like to scheme and like to go up against me sometimes, planning your little bits. That did not happen yesterday.
No, that's genuinely. I mean, we do those bits, but that genuinely is what happened yesterday.
Okay, we do. I know. I'm just about to lie. No, we don't. We don't team up on you.
See, that would be one of those moments.
Yeah.
What kind of pizza was it?
Probably your favorite. And it's all gone now.
It's pepperoni. It's from Costco.
Oh.
Costco pizza?
Who bought Costco pizza?
I don't know.
Someone in the building who was trying to celebrate.
Oh, no, sorry.
You and
I just
your
like
dumb
to support.
face.
I support local. I don't know about you, but I like to
consistently sound like a girl having her Sweet 16 party.
Yeah, and you really do. It's very
you guys are turning everything.
I'm getting like very spoiled bratty vibes from you this morning, and it's a little weird. I don't know, is all this getting to your head? You have a radio show for the first time in 7 years, and you're like, oh, I don't got local pizza.
You know I don't like when you call it a radio show.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. Audio platform.
Oh, we're on video too.
a multimedia platform.
We'll take it. We'll take it. You know, the one guy who deserves a lot of love for last night.
Who?
Trey Lyles.
Oh my God, he does. He was like a hero in so many ways.
I mean, he's knocking down threes. The 3-point shooting has been super nice. But man, defensively, those back-to-back steals he had and that dunk, when he took off for that dunk, I did not think he was going to make it.
Right, because he took off for that dunk about 3 feet
from the free throw line. Yeah. He thought he was like MJ in the dunk contest.
I was a little scared because I'm like, oh, he doesn't have that bounce. So where's he going to get up? And it just, if anyone that's actually watching on the stream, you can see this. His jump didn't go vertical. It just went like horizontal and a little bit more at a slant. Just a little bit. I was scared.
He got there.
He did. He got there and he threw it down.
Yeah.
Dude, great job defensively. Just being not only active, but playing smart, right? Not gambling, but just understood where he could be in the passing lane. And I think when guys are willing to put forth that type of effort, you're just showing more reasons why you belong on the floor.
I mean, 24 points. He had 6 rebounds, a couple steals, 3 blocks. It was a big time performance.
Yeah.
And it was such a much needed performance from the bench. I feel like the last couple of games we've been like, hey, where's the bench? Mike Brown's leaning heavily on the starters. So last night for Trey Lyles to come in and give them an extra lift. Yeah, the points are nice. Of course, you want some scoring off the bench. I was more excited that guys are rebounding and playing defense, because if that, to me, that's what matters. Because if you do that, the offense is going to come. If you can create some havoc out there, deflect some balls, get out and transition, the Kings are going to get good looks.
That's exactly what it is. And not only do you get good looks, you feed off that energy. We were talking about this last night on our post-game podcast about how when guys are playing just in motion with this type of energy, it's so much easier to shoot a transition 3, an open 3, any type of outside shot, because you're already in that rhythm. And I said this the other night watching the Celtics game, and Al Horford had this wide open 3 for like 7 minutes. And he was just like standing out there and was like, all right, I'm going to take this, and he totally misses it. A guy that can hit that 3. Stan Van Gundy was just talking about how, sometimes those are the hardest shots for 3-point shots for these guys to make, especially when they're not just gathering the ball and going in their shooting motion. And so the Kings just did a really good job, not only in a half court offense of keeping that pace, but truly pushing the ball up and making sure that everyone was staying in that same flow.
Well, coming up next, we'll talk more about this Kings win. They win 133-100, and Harrison Barnes is leading the NBA in one category this month. We'll talk about it. That's straight ahead. Deuce and Mo on Sactown Sports. Hey, test.
We're good? Cool.
Are we still on? Hello.
We
That's so
sound
weird. I
good
can't
on
hear
stream.
myself.
Deuce. Hey, quick question.
I'm hearing commercials. Yeah.
No, you're fine. He's ready to come on.
Oh. I mean, can he? Mike Bibby is saying he's ready to come on. So, okay. I mean,
is it too difficult?
It's gonna be like very short. You know what I mean?
Okay. No, then let's.
Yeah, let's try to keep it if you can. So, Chris, I don't know why, and it's because of this over here. I'm hearing commercials. YouTube chat, we appreciate you guys being here. We're still getting all the technical kinks worked out. Appreciate you guys being here. Let's see who we got here. We got Cole in the building. What's up? Jesse and Steven and Cole.
Really quick, Deuce. I was hearing all the commercials yesterday, the whole time, every single break.
There we go. Now I feel good. I can appreciate you guys being here.
I could have done that yesterday.
Cole mentioned Keegan was 1 rebound away from a double-double. Yep. No, that was big time. And we are back. It's Sactown Sports 1140. Deuce and Mo. How about that Kings victory last night? They won 133-100. I think one of the craziest developments of this Kings season has been the play of Harrison Barnes. I feel like every single Kings fan had been trying to trade this guy for 2 years. He gets off to a really slow start this season, and now this guy has been red hot. You know what he is leading the NBA in this month, Morgan Reagan?
Can I guess?
You probably already know.
It's got to be threes, right?
3-point makes.
Oh yeah, we talked. Yes,
he is
yes,
number one
makes.
in 3-point makes in the NBA in the month of January. That's ahead of some elite 3-point shooters. You know who's in third?
Oh, I do. So you can tell everyone.
Keegan Murray.
Keegan
Murray.
Watching the game last night, it was funny because he had the 5 points, the 5 threes in a row. Harrison Barnes did.
Yeah.
And then Keegan had the 3, but on the graphic, it says Harrison Barnes has 15 points, rest of the team 9. It's like, yeah, that's Keegan.
Yeah, it's Keegan and Barnes. That's it.
Those are the guys that are
rest
scoring.
of the team. Yeah, no. So you mean one other dude? Okay, got it.
I just think it's been so encouraging to see him bounce back from a really slow start. I mean, I was concerned. Harrison Barnes got off to a slow start, but then even when he got it going a little bit, he still wasn't knocking down the 3 on a consistent basis.
Sure.
After last night, he is at 39% on the season, which is pretty much what he has been the last 4 years playing in the NBA. But this month, Harrison Barnes shooting 53% from 3, and he has knocked down 44 of 83 from downtown to lead the NBA. Dame Lillard's second, but he's launched 124 of them and shooting 34%. Buddy Hield's actually tied for third. He's knocked down 39 of 96 for 40%, but it's Keegan Murray tied with Buddy for the most 3-point makes in the month of January. He's 39 of 76, 51% from 3. Pretty incredible stuff from both of those guys. What's jumped out to you about Harrison's play as of late?
Oh, how confident he has been playing, right? I think the way that he's been carrying himself, you saw him to start this season almost not understand what he was being asked to do in his role, right?
Like there was an adjustment for him.
Yeah, and it was a free-flowing motion offense, free for everyone to play, right? Like anyone, you can do any of these things, any of these actions in this motion offense, and you too can get a bucket. That's how it felt, right? And it felt like he wasn't truly clicking with that. Like Richaun Holmes in certain times, It's like just shove him in the pick and roll, but it's like, play in this motion offense. So for Harrison Barnes, he started really understanding what he needs to do, what his role needs to be. And I think that's been a lot of being aggressive, going to the basket, moving without the basketball, relocating on the outside as a shooter, right? Just from beyond the arc, getting in those right places. Oh, De'Aaron Fox is going to make the entire defense collapse in the paint. I got to relocate with him and just be in his vision and be in those spots. So he's put himself in these great situations and these great positions to be able to get these better open shots and looks in the paint.
And the other thing he's been able to do this year is when the Kings need a bucket, it's like the offense is kind of in a rut. Harrison Barnes gets to the free throw line.
Yeah.
He's done that at a very high level this year. He's almost been the perfect guy for this team because with Fox and Sabonis, you have the 2 heavy hitters on offense, right? They do so much for this offense to create for others. But Harrison, when he came to Sacramento, was like, hey, we need you to be like a very important piece. You need to be the number 2 here.
Yeah.
Like last couple of years, like Harrison, can you carry us? No. If Harrison Barnes is like your number 3-4 option and just getting good looks because the offense is moving, the ball is whipping around, he could be perfect for this team. And I think he's been such a great presence, especially the month of January.
I'm with you. And I think you look at what he was, like you're saying, even asked to do in Dallas. And it was like, okay, he's going to be that next guy. And some guys just don't perform the same in these new roles that they're given. And they're meant to be in a certain role. For example, we were talking about with Jason Ross in our little crosstalk before coming in about Tyus Jones. And I know we'll talk more about the Memphis Grizzlies, but just he was like, if you got rid of Ja, but then had Tyus Jones there because he's so good as a backup. And it's like, yes, sometimes that is your role. And if you can be elite in that position, then do that. And Harrison Barnes right now is showing why he can be elite as that number 3 guy, and then on some nights really turn it up. Last night, he set the tone with the way he was knocking down those shots right from the start. And I just have a fun Will Z stat for you.
Give me the Will Z stat of the day nominee.
Harrison Barnes and Trey Lyles have both hit 6 threes in last night's game. They become just the 4th duo in Kings history to hit 6+ threes in the same game. The other 3, do you know?
Klay Thompson, Steph Curry.
No. Kings.
Oh, Kings. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I offended you. Peja and...
Wait, Chris, do you see how he listens to his teammates?
Peja and Mike Bibby.
Ding, ding, ding. That's one. Another one. See, he didn't hear that it was 3.
And Bobby Jackson.
Brr! It's Buddy Hield and Bogey.
You know what? I try to, Men in Black, I try to forget the Buddy Hield era. Sometimes
you don't need to be so mean.
Remember when Cousins came and then all of a sudden we got Sabonis? That's where
it went.
Remember Cousins left and then now we've got Sabonis.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Is that how the process went?
Yeah, we just skipped those years. I'd probably skip some of the Boogie stuff too. I like that stat, Morgan. It's not the best stat of the night.
And then the last one was Danny Ainge and Harold Presley. But
I would never have gotten that.
I know. But
I'm sorry I wasn't fully listening.
Yeah, thank you. You really weren't.
It's because I was, you know what? I was trying to one-up you. I was really trying to one-up your stat. I was scrolling through to find the stat that I thought was better, but yours is great. Will Z's is great.
My God.
I just thought this was more significant because you're bringing up Kings history. How about NBA history? You had 3 players last night, Morgan. Harrison Barnes, 6 for 9. Nice. Trey Lyles, 6 for 8. Keegan Murray, 5 for 7 from 3. They're the first trio in NBA history, not Kings history. First trio in NBA history to each make 5+ threes while shooting 65% or better from beyond the arc in the same game. Whose stat was better?
Oh my, yeah. Actually, poll question of the day, YouTube chat. Whose stat was better? Please let us know right now how you feel.
Okay.
Let us know. I'm dying to know.
Speaking of the poll question on the chat, what was your favorite moment from last night's Kings win? The options, the 12 3-pointers in the first, the Kings defense in the fourth, or just Trey Lyles?
Can it be all 3?
Someone in the chat said that. No, because you love to sit on the fence. Just make a decision.
Okay, the defense. Don't talk to me like that. Yeah, the defense. What's yours? Make your decision.
The defense.
Oh, okay.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
You set the tone the first. You knocked down some shots. That was great. It was fun. But seeing a Kings team that has been inconsistent defensively defend and hold the Grizzlies to 2 of 19 shooting. They held them to 10 points. They had 8 steals in the quarter. Memphis had 10 turnovers. That was outrageous last night. And it was fun to see. Now, can you build on it? Can you keep that moving in the right direction? That's what I want to see.
That's exactly it. It's, we always look at how this team responds after a loss. Okay, how are you going to respond? Okay, this is a true test. I know we'll talk about that more, but we were ready to see last night as that midterm exam. What are they going to look like against a good Grizzlies team with John Morant and Steven Adams? They didn't have that. So they still did what they needed to do against a team that was short. They're better guys. That you need to take care of business with a 33-point win, baby.
Well, coming up next, we got to talk more to the people. We may give away some Kings Raptors tickets for tomorrow night. Yeah. Deuce and Mo. We went into our stash. We got some Kings Raptors tickets as the Kings try to light the beam for the second consecutive game. The Kings have 27 wins on the season. They didn't get win number 27 until March 26th of last year when they were 27-48. That is insane. We got so much to get to. It's Deuce and Mo on Sactown Sports.
Sactown Sports goes 100% live and local.
From 6 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Starting January 23rd. Tune into Carmichael, Dave, and Jason Ross from 6 a.m. to 11 a.m. Followed by the return of Deuce and Mo.
Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Followed by Cattles and Ramie from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. You wanted more local? We're giving you more local on Sac.
Hello, everybody in the chat. Can you hear me?
Yes. Okay, we're back. We're back on the chat. What is up, live chat? Let's see here. TC Sacramento Kings got nasty last night. They did get nasty. We got to play some highlights coming back, too.
Yeah.
I just realized
And
we've been bad at
Mike Bibby is set, ready to go for noon, everybody.
Ooh.
Mike Bibby
All right,
is joining us at noon.
We'll make sure to give that some love.
Yes. I know. That's been the hardest part about all this. Oh, yeah. Gotta retweet stuff.
Yep.
When you're
Yeah.
just like,
DFW says over 300 in the live chat. Dude, that is so good to see. We can't thank all you guys enough. I see Tina's here, Brad,
let's go.
Manny in the building. We got a little day chat. Yes.
Day chat.
My favorite part last night was when the Kings scored more points than the other team, according to Sactown Tony. That's
you know what?
Sometimes you got to keep it simple,
Yep.
and that's the best way to look at it.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I think when they started scoring more points. Oh, did you not like it there?
I don't know.
I was moving it out of this shot.
Okay.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Thanks.
Oh, Daniel mentioned this. I don't know if you saw this earlier
What?
today. So the Kings signed Josh Jackson. Josh Jackson.
my gosh.
It's not just Jackson. It's Josh Jackson. Josh Jackson, who they acquired at the trade deadline. Why can't I say that? Why can't I say Josh Jackson? I said it right.
I was saying it wrong. Josh Jackson.
Okay, no, it's not Josh Jackson. It's Josh. What's happening?
What an idiot.
Anyway, the Stockton Kings signed Josh Jackson today. And he was on the Kings last year. Remember, he was a part of the Trey Lyles, Bagley DiVincenzo trade. Stockton signed him today, so he's going to be in the G League.
Oh, that means we get to call his game on Thursday.
Yeah, we better practice that a little bit.
We got Josh.
I swear, if I say Josh Jackson on the broadcast, I am going to be so mad. Oh man! Also, live chat, spread the word. If you're on social, make sure let people know that we're live. That Sactown Sports is live 11 to 2 p.m. Actually 6 to 6. Also, we've got Mike Bibby coming up at noon. He was at the game last night.
Yeah, dude, it was funny. Mike Bibby, he was on NBC Sports California, and he was just truly enjoying everyone chanting his name. He's like 20 years later, and people are chanting my name. Like, this is crazy. It was cool seeing him really just appreciate all of that. Soaking it all in still. It just never gets old.
I mean, I can't imagine that would never get old. I mean, I can relate. You know.
Oh, are people Deuce?
Brad wants to know, is this live? Yes, we are live. Also, Scotty says Kings on pace to host a playoff game. Dude, they are. Hey, Chris, can I play something coming back? Or do you like playing? I've been really bad at this, Chris. I'm sorry. I miss having like a touch button. I just press something.
Chris, can we get a touch button thing in here too?
Is that okay? Okay. Is it muted though? Yeah.
And you have to do the double click thing.
I know.
So
this is risky.
old. Wait. We're just like, there's one bathroom stall here. There's a double click button. Okay. You know what? For Christmas, we're updating some of this equipment. Let's go.
If you're in the live chat, make sure to hit the thumbs up button. We're coming back.
Steal attempt. Oh, and a great job by Trey Lyles. He poked it away. He goes to the full transition hammer.
That was Trey Lyles with 3 of his 25 points on the night. The Kings win big. They got 33 points over the Memphis Grizzlies. Also, Sabonis finished with a triple-double. He had 14 points, 10 rebounds, and 11 assists in 30 minutes of play. Kings will be action tomorrow when they host the Toronto Raptors. You can listen to the game right here on Sactown Sports, 1140. San Francisco 49er defensive end Charles Omenihu was arrested yesterday on suspicion of misdemeanor domestic violence. He was booked in the Santa Clara County Jail and was released after he posted bail. Omenihu was also served with a restraining order. The 49ers said in a statement, "We are aware of the matter involving Charles Omenihu and in the process of gathering further information." The 49ers play the Philadelphia Eagles this Sunday in the NFC Championship game. This is 11:29. This time check is brought to you by the West Coast Men's Health Acoustic Wave Therapy. Now back to the Deuce and Mo Show.
Fox to Holmes. Rip it down, big fella. Richaun Holmes on a perfectly placed pass from De'Aaron Fox. Fox just got his 7th assist of the ballgame. 7 unanswered for the Kings. And here's Fox with the steal. Fox now into the front court. Left wing feed. Trey Lyles. He's ready for 3. He's got the bucket. And the lead is suddenly up to 14 in the final minute of the third. 10 unanswered points for Sacramento. Timeout taken by the Grizzlies.
Oh, what a night it was at Golden One Center. Kings, and they're going on a 16-0 run after Memphis got the lead. I got a little nervous. It took a 2-point lead in the third quarter. And you're, okay, is this going to be the same thing? Are we going to have to come in the next day and talk about a Kings loss? No. Kings responded big time in a 133-100 victory over the Memphis Grizzlies. They are 8 games above 500, still in the number 3 seed in the Western Conference. Morgan Reagan.
That is so fun to see, especially after playing the number 2 team in the Western Conference, right? It was like, I know a lot. I would say the only sad thing about last night, and I think you feel the same way. We said it, the midterm exam, really wanted to have that measuring stick, see what they were going to be against Ja and Steven Adams. But also I think about the fans that pay for tickets and are like, yeah, we want to see Ja and Steven Adams. And that doesn't happen. But on the other side of things, this is how I look at it.
Yeah.
I don't care. Every win matters. Need every single W. I don't care how you get it, who is playing, what's going on. Get the W right now, because that's the only way that they're going. They need to keep building this cushioning, this padding, make it real.
Can we also acknowledge that when I stand up, you stand up, it seems like when we're.
Yeah. It's like
Yeah.
Simon Says or something.
Oh, okay. Deuce says stand up. Deuce says sit down. Good. Let's keep it moving. Hey, there's so many ways you can hit us up. The live chat is popping. Join all the other fans that are enjoying this show live on youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140. And you can always give us a call too. Use your voice. 339-1140 or 1-800-920-1140. Let's kick things off today with Big Ben. What is up, Ben? How are you?
Hey, I'm doing good. Thanks, Deuce and Mo. Man, I love you guys, and I want to congratulate you guys on this show. I'm so happy that I don't have to tune in on my lunch break to Rome or Cow Turd.
Okay.
Just love hearing you guys. This makes me super happy that you guys are on now. So congratulations on the show, and I'm really happy to be here. But just wanted to ask you one quick question. I tried calling yesterday on some Brock Purdy stuff, but since we're on the Kings, I had an idea, and I want to see what you guys think about it. Since we're all about the beam now, so many fans stick around inside the arena for someone to light it. Why don't they put a beam like under the Jumbotron that goes down to center court so the people inside the arena get a beam too? Just let me know what you think.
You want beams everywhere. What are you doing Wednesday night?
Wednesday night, after I get off work, probably going home and taking care of the dogs. But other than that, nothing.
Can you find a dog sitter so you can go check out little Kings Raptors at Golden One Center?
Oh, I would love to.
All right. Hang time, man. We're going to get you 4 tickets. Kings Raptors. You can grab your tickets at kings.com/tickets if you can't win them here. But yeah, you'll go to the game, man. I appreciate the love. Thanks for the support.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, guys. Love you.
Hey, love you, man.
Love you.
Love you. What do you like his beam idea with the?
Like coming straight. Here's the thing. I know
You guys are getting greedy.
No.
You guys are getting greedy.
Stop it. You're not getting greedy. I appreciate everyone wanting all these things. I know at one point it was like NBC Sports California was talking about like, what if we like hit it here and then like it came through the roof and it looked like it was coming, from our desk through the roof. Everyone wants to be a part of the beam. I completely understand it. But at the same time, it's just we gotta just keep evolving it organically. And I think that's the most important part. Don't force things. Keep it cute, because
keep it cute. The beam's so cute. It's so
no.
When it goes
keep it ours, because I think that's one of the other things that just really, really grinds my gears.
What do you mean?
Well, Deuce, if you've noticed, I appreciate all the national love around the Sacramento Kings, right? Like it's great.
Okay.
But
the but is coming.
The but is, hey guys, The beam is ours. So stop acting like, oh, yeah, we can do it on ESPN too. Oh, yeah, we can do it here. Oh, yeah, we can talk about it here like it's ours. And no. You can talk about how much you love it and how great it is for Sacramento, but it's Sacramento's. You can't just jump on the bandwagon fun and act like you are like lighting beams everywhere else. It's our beam in our arena. So get away from our button.
Okay, here's what kills me about what you're saying.
I don't care. I don't even care what you're about to say. I'm not going to listen to you, actually.
You can't get mad when the national media dumps on the Kings. Will never give us love. And then they give you some love for something.
No. It's a different. I love the love. Keep giving the love. But stop trying to act like you're part of it. Because you didn't want to be a part of it for so long. So you can give us the love. The amount of times you hated on us, no, you're not invited to have your own beam button. It's ours.
Okay. I didn't know this meant so much to you, Morgan. I'm glad
Does anyone else feel
I've got some strong feelings about the beam as well.
What?
I don't believe, I've said this quite a number of times, I don't believe it should be a button. I think there should be some sort of a lever to pull, and so there should be like a ka-chunk.
What about
you have said that.
No, a laser gun.
But then the guy's got to walk around with a laser for the rest of the night.
Yeah, and like a giant like laser gun.
Yeah, that's the thing. They hand the defensive player with a game chain. They also have a laser gun they have to carry around after. So, like Buzz Lightyear or something. Or they dress as Buzz Lightyear and they shoot it up.
No, I'm like, what?
Okay.
Now that's getting a little crazy.
You're taking it from like it was cool.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just having fun today.
No, you sound old like a stupid dad. You're like, pipe down.
I am a dad. A dog dad. I am a dog dad. That counts too.
We are having a lot of fun, but I'm being dead serious on the lever.
Okay.
And the lever's a great idea. But then what, Chris? You're supposed to roll out a lever? Or like, how about they bring Scott Moak into the hallway? Oh, well.
No, you guys remember the Conan O'Brien when he had the what was that? Walker Texas Ranger lever. There should be something like that in the NBC pre and post game spot where you are, Morgan. Just come over there and then go choo choo.
You know what we do have though? It's just Matt Barnes, and all he does, he started this bit where he just picks up his phone and goes, "Hello, yeah, light it."
That's
and
cool.
It's
I like it.
Cool.
Yeah. Are we sure he's talking about the beam?
I think it's a little bit of
either
both.
way. The beam goes up though.
He lights the beam. That's for sure.
That is for sure.
We got to talk to more people coming up. I know we got some people on hold. We're going to have a lot of fun today. We should remind you all who are listening right now and watching us live. Mike Bibby is going to be joining us at noon. Mike Bibby was at the game last night. Wearing the number 10. You know, he wears the number 10. He wore the number 10. So does Sabonis.
Is there
pretty good number 10s, huh?
I didn't know if
I don't know. Yeah, I forgot where I was going there. Yeah.
I was like, wait, what is the point of number 10? Is this a joke? Is this a bit?
No, there's no bit.
Oh, good.
Thank you.
10.
One thing we do have to talk about coming up next. Of course, we'll talk more to all of you as we love to interact. So much talk about trading Harrison Barnes. Mike Brown said something, though, that pretty much squashed any of that. We'll talk about it straight ahead on Sactown Sports. Okay, hey, YouTube chat. Mike Bibby at noon. I was so obsessed with Mike Bibby as a kid. I'll never forget, there was an event. He did some like Jordan brand event at Arden Fair Mall.
Okay.
And actually, a young Damian was out there emceeing for KSFM at the time. He was there. I just remember, I just stood out there. I wanted to meet Mike Bibby. I didn't actually get to meet him, but I saw him from far away. And then we got the chance to meet him. I think it was like last year. He was hanging out, or a couple of years ago. Around the Stockton Kings.
Gabe Vincent was still on the team.
Oh my God, that was pre-pandemic.
Yeah. He was really cool. It's cool seeing him in that coaching program with the NBA. I don't know exactly what that program's called, but
big shot, Bibby, man.
Yeah, but it's cool having him around.
Great question from Andy on the chat. Does Bibby still obsessively trim his fingernails?
Oh, was that a thing he did?
On the bench. Yeah, you don't remember that?
Oh, yes. Okay, obsessively. Yes.
Can we ask him that? Or is that would he be like weird about that? We don't know him. Like, we should ask him. Let's just feel it out. Can we feel it out?
Don't screw this up for me, man.
I mean, is that an offensive question? Like, I'm not going to lead with that. All right, Mike, thanks for coming on the show. Hey, question. Andy in the chat wants to know, do you trim your nails?
I love it. Don't screw this up for me. I guess it's our show. Shy says, I think the nail trimming thing was a nervous bench thing. Interesting. Oh, duck. Hope it didn't go too much.
Yeah. He was always trimming, just finding that little.
Yeah, I need to trim my nails.
Yeah, it was cool seeing him at the game. I like when former Kings come around.
I do too. I think it was funny listening to what he was talking about post game a little bit, and just obviously people chanting his name. We'll ask him about that because that's really cool. But something else, I am curious how much he does watch or the NBA and goes around the NBA still, just like as a former player. There's some people who are like, yeah, I'm still like, I'm more of casual of watching. Like I like coaching, or I'm more hands-on. And then there's other people who are just more like, oh, I eat, breathe, live the game still.
It is interesting. We always assume like NBA guys just love basketball. Kawhi Leonard had a comment a while back. He's like, I don't watch other games. Like,
yeah.
What?
Derrick
you just
Rose
assume
said
that
the
they're
same
all
thing.
obsessed with the game and that they be watching all the time. But I think some of them are like, no, it's my job. And then I work out and I prepare for my job, and then I just live life.
Yeah.
Which also speaks to the talent level of Kawhi Leonard. It's like, I don't really watch other guys.
I don't need to.
I just go out there and defend.
I'm a physical, like special human
Freak.
being. So yeah. Duh. Kawhi barely likes playing, says Lights.
Okay. Shots fired. Hey, I see all the people here right now. That is awesome. Nearly 400 people watching us live.
Thank you.
Do us a favor and hit the thumbs up button. It just helps the channel grow. Let's get that to like 200, 250. Make sure you're subscribed to this channel too. Let's grow this bad boy. We want to make sure Sactown Sports stays committed to live and local programming. So let's keep it going. They're on 6A to 6P. Deuce and Mo roll on Sactown Sports each day, Monday through Friday, 11 to 2 p.m. Pacific time. Our first week. It feels so good to be back, and there's so many ways you can listen. If you're driving around right now, that's cool. I like that you listen on 1140 or 96.1-2. But you can also take us on the go. Download the free Sactown Sports app, or when you get back to the office, you're probably not totally working. We know how the office job works. You're kind of distracted. Just put us on the YouTube page, youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140. What were you doing?
I was trying to show my phone, be energetic. Like, download the app. And then I'm an idiot and threw it. And it's just something you would have done. Just clumsy, stupid,
okay. Well, I didn't notice it. You didn't have to acknowledge it, but that's okay.
Of course you didn't notice it.
Coming up in just a bit, like 17 minutes away, Mike Bibby, the former King, comes on the show. He was here in Sacramento last night, so we'll catch up with him. Coming up at the top of the hour, there's been a lot of talk about Harrison Barnes, and we mentioned him at the start of the show, just how good he has been for this team. And I feel like, especially in our Discord, and you see it on Kings Reddit, so many people bring up Harrison Barnes the last couple of years. Oh, should they trade him? Do this, that. He's in the final year of his contract. People wonder, okay, does he get extended? Should they move him? No, they shouldn't move him. He means too much to the team. Listen to what Mike Brown had to say about why Harrison Barnes is irreplaceable.
He's irreplaceable from the standpoint that he brings a calming presence to us no matter what the situation is. Our two all-stars, Foxy and Domas, are learning how to lead, and they haven't necessarily been in huge pressure moments in the NBA and come out on top. HB has. And so his calmness, his presence in a tight ball game is extremely helpful for young guys not just short term, but long term too, because they're watching an NBA champion go through a one possession game and 2 minutes to go. We just had 2 turnovers. How is he reacting? Is he here? Is he here? What's he doing on the floor? How is he getting a great look at the end of a ball game? All these little things that he does helps our group grow and mature, because that's what he is. He not that the rest of the guys aren't grown-ups, but he is the grown-up of the grown-up of all the grown-ups on our team. And so there's a lot on the floor and off the floor that he does that our younger guys just continue to sit back and watch and learn and grow the right way. So he has to be around just with his mere presence alone. And then on top of that, he can play. We can play through him if we need to. We can throw him on this guy. We can throw him on that guy. We can throw him on a 7-footer. We can throw him on a guy 6'6". So his versatility obviously is huge for us defensively as well.
I know we'll talk about him being as a glue, as a veteran and just special. Him on Jaren Jackson Jr. last night, like there's times when you're just like, holy moly, HB, you are just a strong man.
They ask a lot of him for sure.
Yeah.
And so it's been good to see him get the offense going. But man, I thought those were pretty impactful comments there by Mike Brown to talk about, like, he's irreplaceable. And you wonder, he's probably communicated that with the front office too.
Yeah. And it makes sense in so many ways. I think when everyone was on that trade Harrison Barnes train, because it's an expiring contract, you don't know what you're going to do with him, and you weren't sure what type of production you were going to get out of him. It just seemed to be like the narrative that people wanted to keep pushing and didn't want to try and see where he could really excel. And he's excelled differently in this role because there's other pieces around him to make him better, to take less pressure off of him, which is also allowing him, like Mike Brown said, to be that leader that he needs to be out there, to take more time to, encourage others and just really teach them how to develop and play the game the right way.
Morgan Reagan.
Yeah.
We're over 200 thumbs up for the second consecutive day on the YouTube page. Let's go. Let's keep it rolling. Let's check in with
Thank you,
Manny. What is up, Manny? How are you?
What's up, man? Just moving on now, looking at you guys looking all fancy in there.
Do we look fancy? Some people have said our audio sounds better at home. And honestly, I kind of agree. We'll get it all dialed in.
But Morgan, I agree with you about the beam. Look, if you don't ask permission to touch the beam, don't touch the beam.
Thank you, Manny. Thank you.
You know what I'm saying?
No,
ask permission before you touch the beam.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. And again, Manny, tell me if you're with me on this. It's all about, I want the national love. I want people to respect this team. I'm so glad that the team isn't the laughingstock. We talked about this the other day or yesterday, how people were making fun of the beam at first. Kristen Ledlow was like, yeah, that will get lit 19 times. And it's like,
was that your Kristen Ledlow impersonation?
It did sound like it a little bit, huh? I wasn't trying to do that, but it kind of did.
Oh my
and
God.
No, I talked smack to her. We're friends.
Okay.
Yeah. And so yeah, it was like, come on, guys, like what is this? Like, you're actually seeing a good product out there. Don't be talking about it like this. The respect is coming in. I love the respect. I love the love. But then when people want to jump on like, oh wait, we want to have fun with you. And it's like, no, you can have fun when we let you in.
Oh, you can watch. You're allowed to watch.
And give us love.
Yeah.
But you can't have fun with us.
You're not in the family.
You can't sit with us yet.
Yeah,
no.
We're like the mob, right?
You're
not part of the family.
You go sit in the regular section.
Yeah, that's probably
VIP
Manny, that's probably the best way to put it. Not VIP. I don't want the mob angle, but you're right. It's more that. Yeah. Oh, Manny. What do you think of last night's game?
So I'll tell you, I was really angry at halftime, right? Like, I loved what they did, but it's like the defense was killing me. Like, there's no reason it should have been that close the way we were shooting. But giving them credit, and understanding it's still a young team, and there's still a lot of learning how to win that has to go on with this team. I love what they did in that second half. That fourth quarter, they put the clamps on, and that's what I'm talking about. So at the end of the day, there's learning lessons in there, and they won and they pulled it out. And if you think about what happened on Saturday, there's that adjustment, right? The same thing, they didn't collapse like that. I know that was a back-to-back, but still, they didn't collapse. They learned from it, and they put the pedal to the metal, and we blew them out.
Manny, I love it, man. What are you doing Wednesday night?
I'm trying to hang out with Deuce and Mo.
Yeah, well, you trying to go to the game on Wednesday night? I'm going to give you 4 tickets. I'm giving you 4 tickets to Kings Raptors. We need you in the building. Yeah. Deuce and Mo hooking you up,
in hand. Let's go.
Yes,
Let's
all right,
go, Manny.
hang on. Yeah. No, it's cool. The station this week was like, oh, it's a big debut week. We got a new local lineup that's 6A to 6P. We got Deuce and Mo returning. We got to get some people who are hardcore listeners who are back in the fold. We got to get them out to some games.
I love
Working people up all day long until
Yeah.
2 p.m. Pacific time tonight.
Dude.
Today.
Appreciate you guys too calling in and interacting on the chat, obviously on the live chat. It's amazing. I love one person was saying to Chris Verlaw, don't touch the beam. No stupid lever.
Yes.
So-
Okay, no lever on that.
Yeah. So people are just really protective of the beam, and I get it.
What's up, Teddy?
How's it going, guys?
We are good. What's up, man? How are you?
Love the new format. First time calling in, obviously, to it.
What's your favorite part of it?
My favorite part is just it's relaxed and it's fun. I
thought he was gonna compliment me. I was teeing him up.
He did. He said it's relaxed and it's fun. So
I'm relaxed.
No, he's talking about me,
Oh,
obviously.
Okay. All right. All right, sorry, Ted. Well, what's on your mind, man?
I honestly, I haven't had this much fun watching them since almost the when Jason Williams came in and everybody was in shock, and it was the strike shortened season. And I mean, can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, we got you, man.
Okay. All right. Anyway, the Rattle Seattle series in '96 is the loudest I've ever heard a building that I've been in any sport. And I don't know if you guys remember this. I'm hearing somebody in the background. That's why I was asking.
Okay. All right. Sorry about that.
No,
it should be all right now.
But anyway, it was so loud, and the standing ovation for that playoff series before it even started. It was our first home game, and we had stole one in Seattle back when Gary Payton was playing, and I think it was like a 15-minute pregame standing ovation, and I think the fans exhausted themselves from it. It was the most amazing thing I've ever been a part of. And then obviously when Jason Williams came in and the bench mob and the whole Weber Vlade group that just couldn't quite get over the hump. It's so exciting for so many, getting past the Jazz and Malone and Stockton, and they're cheating that never got caught because we didn't have high definition TV.
Yeah.
I thought once we got high def TV, it would stop, but it hasn't stopped.
No,
Well,
dude, I am
the same rep stuff.
Ted, I just love the fact that you're enjoying this so much, because I'm enjoying this, and I think it's because they play such a fun style. I mean, this is the number one offense in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
We need to acknowledge that this team is crushing it. Last year, I think we always talk about the defense being bad. Last year, the offense was bad. And so for Sabonis and Mike Brown and the pieces that McNair put around these guys, to get this team to be number one in offense, appreciate this. Hey, Ted, thanks for checking in. I'm going to hook you up, too, with 4 tickets to Wednesday's game, Kings and Raptors.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. I have so much more to say, but I know you guys got to move on.
I appreciate it, man. We'll catch up soon, man. We got Mike Bibby coming up in just a few minutes. Of course, you can get your Kings Raptors tickets, kings.com/tickets. But yeah, Maureen, it is just a fun style, right? It's one thing to win. Winning's fun in general, but literally when you can just enjoy a beautiful style of basketball.
And that's what I'm talking about. Like for so many years, Deuce, you and I, we enjoyed watching so many other teams in the NBA that were just fun to watch. It's not like we became fans. It's not like we even rooted for them to win a whole bunch of games. It was just, hey, I'm excited to watch this fun team. A couple years ago, it was the Hornets. They were the fun team to watch on League Pass.
But they weren't winning as many games.
And they
Kings
weren't
are
even
right
winning
now.
as many games. It was just a fun style of play. And then obviously with the Warriors over so many years, anytime it was Steph Curry in that style and his movement, it was just fun to watch. And now it really is the Sacramento Kings. And that's where I invite everyone to come, have fun, watch the Kings, enjoy that style of play, but stay away from the be.
Coming up next, we roll on to our number 2 and Kings legend, Mike Bibby. He joins us next. Don't go anywhere. It's Deuce and Mo on Sactown Sports.
How does Chris do it all?
Chris, if you guys knew what Chris is doing behind the scenes, he's on the phone, he's juggling things. Hey, do you make sure he has?
Yeah. I did. I already
number?
texted it to Chris.
Okay. I got a tinkle time for the first time today. Second time before the show. Appreciate you guys being here in the chat. Hit that thumbs up button. Stick around. Noon. Mike Bibby, if you have questions, fire away in the chat.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Everyone in the chat should just get tickets. That would be fun.
Tell them we're going to hook someone up in the YouTube chat today.
Oh, we are going to hook someone up in the YouTube chat today, so make sure to stick around. We will be doing that at some point. We're going to make sure to spread the love everywhere all the time because like we said, we want this to be that multimedia platform for everyone to enjoy and consume in any way that they can. I think it's really interesting hearing people's listening and watching habits of even the game as things keep evolving. And talking to some people last night, my guy Lee was telling me that after a Kings game, because he works at the game, and he's like, yeah, I'll go back home and I don't watch the whole game. I just go consume a whole bunch of highlights that like the NBA will put on. And that's how he consumes a lot of different basketball games. I just think it's really cool. Let's see. I love that we're getting some hell yes. I love that we're getting some why not. If you guys have any questions for Mike Bibby as well, please feel free to put them in the chat. We can try and get to them as we continue. We're going to try and go a good 15 minutes or so with Mike Bibby. I told people they can add some questions in the chat. If we have time, we can get to them.
Hell yeah.
Mr. Turtle says Willard needs to call in. He might have trouble finding his cell phone in the sewers, though. Yes.
Okay.
That's a good point.
Willard, maybe. We haven't heard from Willard.
No. Yeah, not even on the podcast. So
Hacks wants to when will the first inaugural radio call from Coach Nick be? You missed it yesterday on the debut show. He was here.
He called in.
Yeah.
He called in. What's Mike Bibby's favorite Taylor Swift song? Of course, that was Brooke. Why did I read that, Brooke?
Of course.
He's not a Swiftie.
Yeah.
He could be. Oh my God, everyone talking about Willard now. You guys are just the best. You are literally the best.
Know who Willard is.
Yes.
That makes my life. How Omar wants to know ask Bibby how much he would average in today's game. That's a great question.
Well, they read that, that stat that I read from Will Z earlier, and they read that to Mike Bibby, and he was like, man, we were probably just averaging 6 threes.
That's the thing.
Or whatever it was.
Crazy about how the game's played. I mean, the Kings were one of the more entertaining offenses at the time, and it was like, oh, they hit 7 threes tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, the Kings took 13 in the first quarter last night.
Dude,
12.
It's
just
pretty wild.
It's such a different game, dude.
Mike Bibby joins us now.
Is that your final countdown? That's the final countdown.
A Mike Bibby gif.
Yeah, I felt like I looked up a Mike Bibby gif earlier, and it was all of him with the Hawks. I'm like, Hawks Mike Bibby?
Yeah.
We need some Kings Mike Bibby gifs.
Mike Bibby Kings.
Yeah.
Nope. There's Magic Mike that pops up. Michael Scott.
Would be sick if you get Jay Will on the show. Dude, I would love Jay Will on the show.
That would be dope.
Davion Fanatic, can you look at my question I sent it? I didn't see it. You got to send it again. The chat is popping, man. Hit that thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed. Let's go.
No. I think Chris is giving him a call.
Yeah.
Oh, radio or audio platform, multimedia.
These kids in Sactown, amazing first 2 shows. We're only an hour in. This could go to hell. Right. Stand by.
Sactown Sports
Headlines.
I'm Chris Verlad with your Sactown Sports headlines. Sacramento Kings won big yesterday with their 33-point win over the Memphis Grizzlies. Kings had a huge first quarter, tying an NBA record of 12 made threes in a quarter on only 13 shots. Trey Lyles led the Kings in scoring with 25 points as a bonus, finished with his sixth triple-double of the season with 14 points, 10 rebounds, and 11 assists. The Kings will be back in action tomorrow when they host the Toronto Raptors. You can listen to the game right here on Sactown Sports 1140. And in Oakland, free agent first baseman Jesus Aguilar and the Oakland A's had an agreement for a contract pending a physical. USA Today's Bob Nightingale reports that the contract will be 1 year for $3 million. And it's 12 o'clock and time to go back to Deuce and Mo show with guest Mike Bibby.
Oh, yes. The debut week of Deuce and Mo rolls on. The Kings rolled on last night with a 33-point win over the Memphis Grizzlies. We saw a familiar face in the building last night, Morgan Reagan.
Yes, we did.
A guy who hit big shot after big shot in his time in Sacramento. One of my favorites growing up. When I was a kid, I was doing his dance. You know the dance after a big shot?
Yeah, you're
I'll
doing
do
it. You would get fined in the NBA today.
He is one of my all-time favorites. We welcome him into the show. He is the one and only Mike Bibby. How you doing, Mike?
Good. How are you guys doing?
Good.
Dude, we are great, and seriously, we can't thank you enough for joining us on short notice.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, man. You were in Sacramento last night, man. How does it feel to come back after your heyday in town was like 20 years ago, and people are chanting your name like crazy?
It was fun. It's always good to come back. You know, I used to do camps and stuff when I was, towards the latter part of my career. But, I always loved to go back to Sacramento. It's like a second home to me.
That's so, yeah, you could tell. I mean, not only with the way that everyone has the warm welcome for you, but just even you seem so comfortable in that environment. And I think one of the coolest things that's happening right now in Sacramento is this special team that is playing on the floor. And I think last night, actually on the pregame show via WebEx, I asked Mike Bibby a little bit about, hey, this team is special. But Mike, I'm going to ask you again, when did you know when you first came to Sacramento that you were part of a really special squad?
I knew that coming in before. When I was in Vancouver, rest in peace, Michael Heisley, he gave me a chance to pick where I wanted to play. And I knew going there would be way I'm used to playing basketball. So that was my number one pick, and it ended up happening. I ended up getting traded there. But I knew coming there that it would be special before I even got there, just from watching the guys play and just seeing their attitudes and just see how they're out there on the court. I knew it was going to be good.
I've talked to Doug Christie about this before, and I'm curious from your perspective, like, it's one thing to know it's going to be cool when you get there, but do you remember anything about your first practice? Like how easy was it to kind of click with your squad back in the day?
It was different because, back then, a lot of the game was played inside out. So what happened was, I remember Coach Carril, rest in peace, Coach Carril.
Yeah, man.
I passed the ball and cut through, because when I was in Vancouver, I just cut through and just get out the way. So I remember when the ball almost hit me in my head and I had to duck to get out the way. And Coach Carril was like, yeah, you're going to need a helmet if you keep running through like that. They passed the ball here. So, that was the biggest thing. I was like, okay, we're playing basketball again. So that was the biggest thing for me.
Yeah, you say that style of play attracted you. Obviously, the ball movement, everything moving around. How was that for you on a different standpoint from the way that you were playing the game at the time to really move without the basketball on a different level? I feel like that just takes a different mindset, a different type of conditioning.
I don't know. We had so many people. Like I said, I think you can compare us to the team that we have now, that everybody, you don't know whose night it's going to be. We had Webb that's going to give you 24 and 12. But other than that, everybody stepped up when they had to. And just playing with everybody like that, it was so easy. Like we play off each other. That's why it was so hard to kind of scout for us, because we didn't even know what we were going to do until we did it. There were so many options that we had that we just played basketball. We had probably the two best passing big men that ever played the game, to getting us the ball.
Man, you just said something too about how this year's team kind of reminds you of the style of play you guys played. Being up close last night, seeing Sabonis with the ball, how he moves, and seeing how the shooting is. What kind of stood out to you about watching this team?
It's just like I said, it reminds me of us. You know, it's not a traditional point guard. You know, Fox handles the ball sometimes, but you know, Sabonis was able to bring the ball up and initiate the offense, and and pass the ball. Like, he's one of the best, probably one of the best big man passes I've seen since Vlade and Webb.
Yeah, and it's interesting because you were talking about the adjustment of playing off ball. De'Aaron Fox has kind of had to adjust to that too.
Mm-hmm.
De'Aaron Fox obviously played a different style than you played, but when you watch De'Aaron Fox, what stands out to you about his game?
Just he's a dog. There was a few times last night. I think I would have wanted him to be a little bit more aggressive and, get to the basket and look for a shot a little more. But I think once he started doing that in the second half, I think things picked up. He knocked down a few baskets and, the team started picking up, and then he started picking up at half court and the defense started picking up. So, I mean, obviously he's a leader of that team. I just need it all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. And, you look at his style of play and how he has been able to take a leap this season and is trying to do it more and more on that consistent level. Domas Sabonis is someone who is also really consistent and playing at a very high level out there. You talked about playing with two of the best passing big men ever. Domas is really showing, bringing that back to Sacramento, what a big passing like that can do for a team. What are you seeing in his game?
I say the same thing. He's a little bit, you kind of see Webb in there a little bit. He looks to pass first, and then works the game that way. But he's a solid player. Definitely, I think he should be all-star, both of them. And I hope they get the respect that they deserve. They deserve it.
Your guys' team didn't have a whole bunch of lockdown defenders. Like Doug obviously made the all NBA defensive team. He was really talented, but you guys played some really good team defense. The Kings are in a spot right now where they don't have any great individual defenders. Davion's kind of that. What makes a good team defense in your mind if you don't have a whole bunch of lockdown guys?
You just have to be on the same page and, have each other's back. You got to have that trust. If I go help Doug, is Webb going to have my back, or is Page going to have my back? That's the kind of trust that you have to get with your team, and we have that. We trust each other that if something happened, that somebody had our back, and that they just got to have trust in each other. You
guys obviously back in with that squad connected with your coach and your coaching staff on a different level. How important is it that you're seeing this team right now with the Kings connect with Mike Brown and his coaching staff?
It's good because you guys they're with each other every day. And you got to respect the coach, and you got to, if there's no respect for the coach, you'll be able to tell in the locker room, you'll be able to tell on the court. So, you could tell that, a lot of the guys speak highly of Mike. So that's all you need. You get that going, you'll be fine.
Someone in our chat was wondering, if you keep up with some of your old teammates, you still chat with C. Webb. You talk to a lot of former teammates.
Yeah, I talk to from all teams. I'm that kind of teammate that was, hey, how you guys doing? And I just talked to somebody from the Hawks today, and so I still talk to Bobby. I talk to Doug. I haven't talked to Page or Vlade in a while, but Brad. It goes down the line. Kenny. So you got to. You make friendships throughout your career that you keep, and you have friends for the rest of your life.
I imagine being at last night's game too, feeling that crowd, that energy in the building, maybe made you think of the old times a little bit. I was also curious to get your thoughts on the beam after wins. Do you see the beam last night?
I didn't get to see it.
Oh, dude, I think it's awesome, man.
I was inside with Matt and Kenny.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I just think it's a cool thing they do after hearing the beam chants. What do you think of the crowd though? Does that bring back kind of old memories when you walk in there?
It brings back old memories, but I'm not surprised. That, like I said, that was one of the top reasons why I wanted to come to Sacramento. So, the fans, you're never going to have a bad day with the fans. So
you mentioned that, that was one of your top reasons why you wanted to come here. Why is that so attractive? Because I think some people, you always hear like players go, oh, the fans are the best in the NBA. But I feel like when players play in Sacramento, they say it and they actually mean it. And there's just some sort of energy that you feel. Why was that so important to you?
I mean, it's just playing in front of people that respected the way you play. I was in Vancouver, nothing, no knock against Vancouver when we weren't winning either. But, we're playing in front of 5,000, 6,000 people, 7,000 people a night, and then, like I said, we came last game of the season. Everybody's ready to go home on our team, counting down the days for the last 2 months. And you go into an arena and you don't expect that no one's going to come see us, and it's sold out and it's rocking. And I remember going that sold me. I was like, I want to play in front of these fans every night.
I love it. I love that. That's a good attraction for players, because obviously Kings over the years needed anything that they could get, and that's just like the cherry on top. Mike, someone was wondering in our chat, if you were to play in today's NBA, what would you be averaging?
I don't know. Because our era was more of the mid-range shooters. A lot of point guards that shot the mid-range.
Right.
And I shot the three, but I don't know if I have it in me to shoot 23s in one game.
It is crazy how much it has changed. And it hasn't been like that long. I mean, back when you guys were playing, you were known as the best offensive team in the league. Now, those offensive numbers you guys were putting up would be like near the bottom in the league.
But it looks like there's no defense out there either.
No, that's true.
That might be a reason too.
No,
I didn't see much defense being played last night.
And Mike, you made a lot of big shots in your time in Sacramento. Of course, everyone references Game 5. I'll never forget that moment. I mean, you had like the back-to-back game winners against, I believe it was like the Clippers and maybe the Grizzlies at one point. If I remember correctly.
I think it might have been the Grizzlies. Yeah.
What was it about you in those moments? I feel like you just embrace that, and some guys shy away from that. You did not shy away from that at all.
I put the time in and the work in that it's what I expected to do. It could either go one way or the other. So I put enough work in that, hey, if I shoot this shot, if I get a good look, it's going in. Because I put so much time in and had faith in myself and trusted myself to take those shots.
It's interesting to hear that, because I think, in this day and age, there's so much more of a light shed on mental health in the NBA and how people can become, mentally stronger in certain situations. I know the Sacramento Kings have a mental health coach, and you guys didn't have any resources like this back in the day. What was it for you that kept you going and staying mentally strong?
I was just hungry. You gotta fail in order to succeed. I've heard that a lot, and that's just the way I took it. Like if I miss some, I'm gonna make the next one. That's just my mindset. I have a very strong mind. Like I play mind games. I go on the golf course. I play mind games with people. It's not over till it's over. Like I just have I've always had a strong mind.
What do you mean you play mind games?
I just got there because you're down a couple strokes going into 3 or 4 holes left. Talk a little bit of trash to them. Let them know it's not over. It's not over till it's over. A lot of guys will give up down 7 strokes of 3 holes to play. It's over. I don't do that. It's not over till the last putt goes in.
The mindset never left.
Yeah, that competitiveness just never leaves. Yeah, I've talked to Bobby Jackson about this before, and man, he used to talk about how you guys would just go at it at practice. Like that competitiveness, I feel like that kind of brought so much out of you guys and made just everyone better on those squads.
It did. The second squad beat us a lot of the time when we were scrimmage. And we always knew that our second 5 could go and probably start anywhere. And that's what made us so good, is that we're playing against the starting 5 in practice every day.
Someone else had a question, and it was about you clipping your fingernails on the bench back in the day. Someone was wondering if that was still a habit that you have.
It's funny. I carry a nail clipper in my car.
What?
So what is that like a nervous habit thing or like what is it?
It's not a nervous habit. I always pick at I'm a pick, so I like to pick. I'll pick my arm. I like to pick. I'll pick my nails, but
Morgan does the same thing.
Biter.
Good job.
Morgan's always like
Nail
picking her
biter.
skin and stuff.
Yeah, good job having that nail clipper then, because that's seriously, like, honestly, that's so smart of him, because if you don't, you will build bad habits. So well done, Mike.
Yes, I just always, I would bite my nails. Like, I make sure my hands are clean, but instead of biting them during the game, I'll just clip them.
Yep.
Instead of biting them. So.
Dude, so Mike, what are you up to now? Because I know you've been interested in coaching before. I remember seeing you a few years back around the Stockton Kings. You've done some like coaching clinics and stuff. You're always around the game. You've coached youth. What are you up to nowadays?
We're doing. There's a new league that's coming out that I'm involved with. It's called Fan Control League. It's going to be once everybody sees the concept, it's going to be crazy. It's a $2 million court. It's an LED court. The court lights up. Certain parts on the court light up. Like the paint will light up for 2 minutes. All dunks will be worth 3 points. Certain parts of the 3-point line will be lit up. Those will be worth 4. And like there could be a guy lit up. He'll be on fire. So every shot he takes is 1+ wherever he's at. So we're working on that. We're trying to get that going.
Sounds like a video game.
Started in August.
Yeah.
It's like NBA Jam kind of.
Yeah.
That's so
Wait, so
cool.
what's your role at that? Are you just involved with the league or are you playing
No,
in
I'm
it?
like an executive director and all that stuff. So I'm helping with all. I run almost the whole basketball side.
Wow.
Okay, Mike.
Yeah, dude, you're just around the game. I love it, man. That's it. That's super interesting.
Get my son and my son will probably play in the league. So I mean, we're trying to find pros that want to be involved with playing 4-on-4, and so there's a 4-on-4.
Can you still play?
Can I?
Yeah. Do you still hoop every once in a while?
Yeah, I'm in a lifetime league right now. I just had 29 points, 18 rebounds, and 12 assists. I'm a little bit.
Wait, I love that you know your stat line.
Lifetime,
They keep stats there. They keep. I've played for like the last. They keep stats for like the last 7 years. They have career stats. They have all kinds of stats on there.
If Mike Bibby was playing at my lifetime, yes, I would keep stats as well. I would be very interested in this. Wait, so you are, and we can say this, you are the best player in that league.
I would imagine. I mean, there's some pros. There's some guys that have been played
for sure
like overseas and stuff like that. I mean, I can't run like I used to. I can't move like I used to. But I'm still out there showing them young kids some stuff.
I like how Mike says, they keep stats, but he rattled it off.
Yes.
Off the top of his head.
We've only had 2 games, so I know that was a hell of a stat. I haven't played in 3 months, and I put that up. So I remember.
So is it like? Be honest. I know you like you.
I still play.
I know you say you don't move the same and all that, but when you get out there, is it like just riding a bike again? Like, is it easy?
Yeah, I mean, I just got to get my legs back to those movements. Like I like workouts. Like I'll do like a 15-minute workout just trying to cross over and just get my steps down, and it helps. Like it is like riding a bike. I feel better already after 2 weeks.
What about defensively? I feel like moving laterally is one of the hardest things to do to get back into when you haven't done it for a while.
I'm guarding down low mostly.
Yes,
hell yeah.
yes.
Mike's got some bulk, man. You got like a Dwayne the Rock Johnson body now.
Let's go.
I'm not that big. I'm definitely not that big.
Hey, one last one.
Guard down low now. My lateral movement isn't the same.
One last one for that, because you just brought this up. I'm thinking about like the other guys who you used to play with. Obviously, Vlade can't play anymore, but Peja's been in good shape. No, it's true.
Obviously, you can be nicer.
Come on, Vlade was smoking cigarettes when he played. You know, he's not going to play now. But Peja's in decent shape. I feel Doug's in decent. He's got a bad knee, but he can.
Okay,
he's
bum knee, but can play.
Bobby can move. He's thick, but he can move a little bit. Use that big butt a little bit. Do you think you would be
He's always been thick.
Yeah, no. Yeah, but he's got some girth now.
We always give him crap. It's fun.
Do you think you would be the best player today out of all those guys?
That we played with?
Yeah.
I think I might be.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody else is still playing. I'm still playing a little bit.
Yeah.
So.
I'm kind of with, I think we're with you on, especially when you drop that stat line. Like, yeah, I think that's right there. You're it.
All right. I also just remembered this. I need to ask him about this. A couple of guys. You mentioned Pete Carril, rest in peace. I also want to ask you about Rick Adelman. Those two specifically. Rick gets in the Hall of Fame. Of course, Carril's in the Hall of Fame. What did those two guys? What did those two guys mean to you and your career?
And you could add Jeff Petrie in there too.
Yes.
I mean, they changed my whole career around, by bringing me there and, letting us play to our strengths. Rick was probably one of the best coaches I had as far as playing basketball and letting our guys play to their strengths and not putting any cuffs on anybody. And that's what made us so good as well. He knew what we were capable of, and he let us go out there and do it.
Hey, honestly, Jeff Petrie's another guy who should be in the Hall of Fame. Not only did he build those Kings teams, he built the Blazers teams that were really good, went to the NBA Finals too, and he played in a high level at the NBA before he got hurt.
He's not in the Hall of Fame?
No.
That's unreal. He should be.
Yeah.
He definitely should be.
Well, Mike,
sure.
we can't thank you enough for hanging out with us, man. It was awesome catching up with you. Hopefully we see you in town again, and next time you have to come in studio.
For sure. I'll be back.
Cool.
All right, man. Mike,
if you guys need me to come on and talk, I'm ready. So just let me know.
Hell yeah, man. We appreciate you, man. Thanks so much for joining us.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
There you go. There is the one and only Mike. Baby, that was fun, man.
Dude, that's so cool. I love, and I'm so happy he's still playing. And I love too, because I'm like, there's no way he's still defending guys out there at the top. And he's like, I played down low. I'm like, yeah, you do.
Morgan, he wasn't really defending guys when he played.
Say it to his face next time.
I'm not going to say
it to his face.
I was almost going to say that.
I didn't
want to talk over you.
He's got that Dwayne The Rock Johnson body.
I was going to say it to you, but I did not want to talk over you. I was being respectful. That's all I was trying to do.
I can't say certain things on this station.
Shout out to all the people in the chat. Thank you, Morgan. Make sure to hit the thumbs up button. Make sure you're subscribed too. We're getting a lot of great feedback. People giving us love for the interview. Great questions. We're just, what I like? We're not having interviews here.
Conversations.
Let's think about it differently, man.
Yeah.
How awesome does that basketball week sound?
Okay. Honestly, I didn't know he was involved with that. Someone mentioned, he was promoting some league on the broadcast last night, but I was like, I don't know what he's doing. I know they did like a fan-controlled football league, similar. But this basketball, LED court.
It sounds like a performance, you guys. I want to watch this be done. Like, I have fun just watching the Nickelodeon football broadcast when they have the extra slime and stuff. So think about this in person when you just see like, light spire, and like, I'm in.
I was also a big fan of slam ball.
Thank you. Oh, slam ball, what?
You don't remember slam ball?
Oh, yeah. It was dangerous, Morgan. That's a trampoline.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're on
Well,
and that's what I thought. There could be some injury stuff with like the paint in this fan-controlled league is lit up and dunks are worth 3. Guys are going in super hard for jams.
Wait, and they light guys on fire when they're on fire?
No, they didn't.
Yes.
No. Can you imagine? No, the guy's literally on fire. He's got to make it. Otherwise, he's going to die.
Now I'm really watching that channel.
Yeah. All right, guys. Coming up next, it's the return of Truth or Trash. Is it too late for Keegan to get some Rookie of the Year love? We'll talk about that. So much more. Deuce and Mo on Sactown Sports. Okay. Hi, guys.
How many minutes?
What's up?
How many minutes do we have?
A few. Yeah, you got time. You got to go to Tinkle. Morgan's got a Tinkle. Honestly, that was we didn't know how long we were gonna have Mike Bibby on because we've had him on before. Like I've talked to him before, and sometimes he's busy. He's got a lot going on. Dude, he was great. I just hearing him loose and having fun and laughing. I love that. That was great. Yeah, DFW says that live chat hit 400 during the interview. Dude, that was really, really cool. Really cool. It's been great to see the numbers early on. We've been able to grow our YouTube channel. It takes a little while to grow a new one and a newer one. Sactown Sports, of course, really trying to grow this YouTube channel. So if you're here, just hitting the thumbs up and subscribing goes a long way because all it's going to do is allow more people to see this channel and see the fact that this channel is live from 6A to 6P with sports content. So let's keep it rolling, man. Let's keep it rolling. Appreciate all the love on the chat too. Silence 18 love that you guys are back. Thank you. Appreciate that. Ray says Bobby Jackson goes to my boxing gym and he doesn't run when they make us run. That does not surprise me at all. Wendell says, awesome conversation with Bibby. Sound more comfortable with you guys than last night's game. Yeah, I mean, part of that too is when people aren't used to being on camera, it's just another layer. Like when some people just the camera's on you and it's just like, that's a lot. And there's so many people around, you're on TV, you're holding a microphone. He's in more of a natural, he's talked on the phone before, right? He's not thinking that there are all these people listening to him. He's just having a conversation. So I could see that. More former Kings, please. Yeah, we'll do that, man. We love talking to people. Lights is pretty sure we can rewind the stream. Yeah, you can rewind. Absolutely. While Morgan's back now, she's getting a donut. I do need a tinkle, Morgan, so you need to take over the chat. You got to talk to the people.
Okay, which donut should I pick?
Be right back.
Okay, here it comes.
Dude, that Mike Bibby was great.
That was amazing. I don't like sprinkled. Is that okay if I throw this away? It's a little stale. People aren't going to eat them, right? I don't like it. I'm okay. No one's going to get mad.
I don't know.
Do you want to try it?
No.
It's supposed to be animal cookie, but it's a little stale.
See, I don't like the donuts with like a bunch of stuff on it.
It's honestly hard. Like I can throw it away. This is my second donut I'd be throwing away though. But they're like old. Is it okay to take a bite out of donuts? Yeah, no. They would have been eaten yesterday. It's okay. You hear that? Rock hard. All right. Yep. Toss it. Thank you, Mojo916. What up, Nate? Yeah, animal cookies go stale. I had to throw away that donut. Yeah, you better. They're really not that fresh, dude. The mochi ones are more fresh, but the mochi ones have the little they look like a little baby toy. Little baby chew toy. Is that what baby? Show us what you're eating.
I got like popcorn on it or something.
How is it?
Oh my God.
I haven't had a single donut. Just so everyone needs to know, I've taken bites out of 2.
Love you guys so much for being here.
Oh yeah.
Appreciate the support.
Thank you guys.
For those who missed the Mike Bibby conversation, you can rewind or it's going to be on this YouTube channel later. Also on the Sactown Sports app. You can download free in the App Store.
Davey on Fanatic. Hey Morgan, I don't want to be mean, but your mic is a little bit loud.
That's good to know.
It could be my voice too. But thank you.
Clint wants to know, I'm more curious about the potty break. Count these for the last 2 days. I think I did once an hour. 3 times yesterday. I'm at 2 today.
I'm at so far 2 total for 2 days. So yeah, I think we're good over here. I think I got a pretty solid bladder. Deuce, back to you.
Adrian, you guys pretty tired when you got up this morning?
I'm gonna try one more donut.
It's to me, I'm trying to mentally tell myself I'm not tired. You just got to keep it moving. And also acknowledge that we have the greatest job, right? Like we get to talk about the Kings at night. We get to talk about Kings and sports the next day. We have Truth or Trash coming up, by the way, Morgan.
All right. It's better.
Sactown Sports
Headlines.
This is Christopher Ladd with your Sactown Sports headlines. Sacramento Kings won big yesterday with their 33-point win over the Memphis Grizzlies. Kings had a huge first quarter, tying an NBA record of 12 made threes in a quarter on only 13 shots. Trey Lyles led the Kings in scoring with 25 points. Sabonis finished with his 6th triple-double of the season. He had 14 points, 10 rebounds, and 11 assists in 30 minutes. The Kings will be back in action tomorrow when they host the Toronto Raptors. You can listen to the game right here on Sactown Sports 1140. San Francisco 49ers defensive end Charles Omenihu was arrested yesterday on suspicion of misdemeanor domestic violence. He was booked in the Santa Clara County Jail and was released after he posted bail. Omenihu was also served with a restraining order. 49ers said in a statement, we are aware of the matter involving Charles Menahue and are in the process of gathering further information. 49ers played the Philadelphia Eagles this Sunday in the NFC Championship game. It is 12:29. This time check is brought to you by West Coast Men's Health Acoustic Wave Therapy. Now back to the Deuce and Mo Show.
Oh, what a conversation we just had with Mike Bibby last segment. You can get it on the YouTube channel, youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140, or download the free Sactown Sports app in the App Store. It'll be there later today.
Yeah. And also, Deuce, I just want everyone to know, too, on Twitter, we
Mhm.
always tweet out all the links. On Instagram, we always put out all the links. Make sure to follow us, our personal account on Twitter, on Instagram, and you can follow Sactown Sports 1140 on Twitter and on Instagram. It's Sactown 1140 on Twitter.
I also just, I'm just going to be completely honest.
Yeah.
I don't appreciate the
What?
people in the chat who
What?
keep saying, Deuce, you need to get your prostate checked because I go to the bathroom once an hour. I drink more water than any of you out there because you're too busy drinking sodas. You're dehydrated. I drink a lot of water. Have you seen my water bottle? You could fit 3
humans.
I was going to say trout in that water bottle. I drink a lot, and I'm drinking some Liquid Death right now.
Yeah, why do you need the both of them?
Yeah, why do you?
Because I need water. I think my worst fear in life is being thirsty. You don't have that fear?
Okay.
If I don't drink water, I'll pass out.
So, couple things.
Okay.
You're weird. Another thing. How do you not manage your water correctly, right?
I don't even know what that means.
So what that means, Deuce, because for a living, you do a lot of live entertainment, right?
Okay.
And when you do live stuff, you should be able to be like, okay, I know I need to drink here or eat here. I've known you for so long now, and I've seen you on multiple occasions come into a place. Like, for example, when we were on NBC Sports California doing Kings pre and post, you're like, oh man, I'm so hungry. And I'm like, why didn't you plan out your food for the day?
Okay.
It's like you're 30-something years old. And it's the same thing with water. Don't chug water before you're going to do
water.
a 3-hour show.
You guys like to make fun of people. I didn't tell you guys this. My bladder is the size of a dime. And so that
do we no, this is not even confirmed.
No, it is. It is.
Go to the doctor, get this confirmed, and Chris and I will accept.
It's the size of a dime, and that's just I'm being open with you guys now. It's just something I have to deal with.
And you're lying to us. You're literally lying.
All right.
Awful.
We used to do this all the time. We're bringing it back. It's pretty simple. We give you a statement, and we tell you if it's truth or trash. I don't even know if we have imaging for it. I just thought we might have it. What, Chris? What? Oh, he's playing it. I didn't even hear it.
Oh.
I didn't hear it in my ear. So I'm like,
We're still trying to get used to this.
It's okay. It's okay.
Oh, dude, it's totally
You're doing
okay.
800 things.
Yeah.
What did it sound like? Can you just...
Can we rewind the tape?
No. I want to know how Chris would make it sound.
Okay.
How recreate it.
Deuce and Mo, truth or trash? That's right. You got the truth. We got the trash.
Is that what it says?
No.
I like it, though.
I kind of believed it.
I know.
Can you play it again just for fun?
Yeah.
Let's see what it... Because we didn't hear it.
Real and what's downright garbage. It's truth or trash.
Truth or trash.
With Deuce and Mo.
Yes, it's simple. We'll give you a statement. We tell you if it's truth or trash. The first one today, Morgan Reagan. If Keegan Murray continues this play, he has a legit chance to win Rookie of the Year. Truth or trash?
So let me just start with this.
Yeah.
I predicted in the beginning of the year, I'm like, he'll be Rookie of the Year.
You did?
With straight up confidence. Yeah.
Wow.
I was like, yeah.
I thought it was going to be Banchero.
I just was feeling really confident in Keegan Murray. And now, even if he continued to play like this, I'm just going to say trash only because I think Paolo Banchero, not only with where he is on the national scale, but also what he's been able to do for his team that needs more from him. It's not about winning in the rookie conversation. It's more about what that individual is doing. And it shouldn't be all the time, right? But it is with that. So that's the only reason why I'm going trash.
Truth or trash?
Whoa, I did not expect that. I love it.
I feel like we're on a ride.
I'm going to say I'm going to say truth. And here's the reason.
Why?
He is playing at such a high level. He's not going to keep shooting 51% from three like he has this month. It's been outstanding. But I think if you keep looking at the box score and you go, oh, Keegan's got 18 and 9. He's got 20 and 10. He's knocking down 5, 6 threes a night. Oh, and by the way, the Kings are winning games. I think the narrative will shift.
Okay.
I am with you right now.
Okay.
Right now, if you took a straw poll with NBA voters, 100% is Ben Carroll. And I think people will even decide that before the season. But I think if he's able to take this step like he has been lately, he's going to force himself into the conversation. Ben Carroll obviously is an absolute stud, top pick in the draft, putting up monster numbers. His team has 18 wins. He's allowed to do all of that. I'm not trying to take anything away from him.
No.
But if Keegan is impacting winning on a good team, I think that can sway some people.
I'm totally with that conversation because you know how I feel about Keegan Murray. You know how I feel about his play. And I think the impact that he is making on a winning team is so relevant. It is so important to this squad. And he is a rookie. We want to keep talking about NBA ready. What? Just because Banchero has more swag than our sweet little Keegan Murray? It don't matter. He's efficient as hell.
Next up for you, Morgan.
Uh-huh.
Truth or trash?
I just love these.
This is great.
Truth or trash?
Let her say it.
Sure, Mike Brown deserves Coach of the Year love.
Oh.
But, guys,
what?
Monte McNair needs some love for Executive of the Year. Truth or trash?
Let's go with truth. We're just gonna make it easy. Go with truth. I think the team, the moves that he made in the offseason, especially when it comes to Kevin Huerter, is that just the Atlanta Hawks being dumber than heck? Or is that Monte McNair manipulating the hell out of them to get what he needed? It doesn't matter. He got the deal done. He got Kevin Huerter here. He took a risk last year in trading a possible future all-star, which we're seeing as an all-star this year, Tyrese Halliburton, to get a 2-time all-star and now a possible 3-time all-star and an MVP top 5 conversation guy in Domas Sabonis.
I'm trying to, and I know the easy thing and the NBA nerds will come out and say it's Danny Ainge because of the trades the Utah Jazz made, and they got off to a nice start. And right now they're still at 500.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing. And down the road, it could be awesome. People love the draft picks, and there's no denying he destroyed the Minnesota T-Wolves in a Rudy Gobert trade. I'm not denying that. But getting Kevin Huerter, adding Malik Monk, drafting Keegan Murray, and oh, by the way, he hired Mike Brown.
Mm-hmm.
The Kings are winning games.
That was huge.
I mean, for me, it's McNair, it's Ainge. If you want to throw Brad Stevens in there because they landed Malcolm Brogdon, I think that was a nice move for that group with the Boston Celtics. Maybe in Denver, Calvin Booth, the former King, deserves some love because they get Bruce Brown. Like, that was a nice pickup. But, man, I think the Kings have reshaped their team. They've reshaped the energy. They've got the number 1 offense in the NBA, and they hired a guy that everybody loves in this town,
Deuce,
in Mike Brown.
You mentioned those other GMs. You got to go dramatic here. And when I see dramatic, I see Danny Ainge and Monte McNair. You know, you see dramatic changes, dramatic decisions and trades and moves being made. That's what you're seeing there. So, yes, those two should definitely be in that conversation.
Next up on Truth or Trash.
Truth or trash?
Win or lose on Sunday, Morgan?
Yeah.
Brock Purdy is the guy.
Purdy!
Oh, I love that we have everything.
Purdy is the guy for the 49ers. Win or lose on Sunday in the NFC Championship game?
Matt Mayoko is my guy. We had him on yesterday, and he said, yeah. So I'm also going to say, yeah, that is truth. And I think sometimes people get so caught up in, well, is it a big name? Well, can he actually keep playing like this? Is everyone just too dramatic about what he's doing? Any quarterback can play in that. Okay, but he is the quarterback that is playing in this system and that is making it work. So why wouldn't you continue in this direction? Truth, he is the future.
Yeah, and I think he can get better. He has the composure that you need. He's able to make plays. He doesn't make mistakes. I think the only debate here would be, yeah, but you drafted Trey Lance where you did, and you traded so much to get him. that doesn't matter. It happened. The draft is over. You can't go, oh, well, maybe it's Trey Lance because we gave up a lot. It's like, well, no.
We all make decisions.
It balances out anyway, right?
Yeah.
Because Brock is not making any money really as the last pick of the draft this year. So, yeah, win or lose for me, it is Brock Purdy. I just think he has done wonders for this team. He's gotten the most out of George Kittle. Those players in the locker room respect the guy too.
Yeah, if I hear any stupid thing like, oh, but Tom Brady's looking to come back to his hometown, I don't care. I don't care. He's not even good looking anymore, and he's not even that great on the football field anymore. He's still okay. But my point is, it's like you don't need to revolve your team around this guy that would need all of the attention, all the storylines, everything would go around him, when really it's like, no, you've got some good young pieces on your squad. You got vets that are rallying behind this rookie quarterback. Go in that direction.
I love all the people chiming in on Truth or Trash with Truth or Trash.
Yes.
Also, if you have statements, you can hit us up too. You can call in 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. If you want to submit your own in the chat on youtube.com/SactownSports1140, you could do that as well. What's next on Truth or Trash, Morgan Reagan? How about this? If the 49ers win it all, it would be the best sports story of the last year.
Oh, is there a better one? Is there a better one? There could be a better one. I'm just going to go with truth right now. I'm a prisoner of the moment.
It's not a prisoner of the moment. They're on their third string quarterback who was the last pick of the draft, and he's able to fit in and help lead them to the Super Bowl. No one would predict it.
Yeah.
Then what better story is it?
What about the soccer dude?
The soccer dude that won the thing.
Lionel Messi?
Yeah,
that's the best story. The best player.
I mean, it was
won
a
the
fun.
thing.
It was a fun match.
It was a great match. No one's denying it.
Great
but
story.
The best story of the year. Well, we've got more Truth or Trash. It's straight ahead on Sactown Sports. Oh man, I love you guys so much in the chat.
Chris is probably like, how do you not know Lionel Messi's name? You know,
you said the soccer player who won the thing. It was very specific. So yeah.
I knew what Mo was talking about.
That's pretty good.
Yep, soccer's not my thing.
Brian
anymore.
in the chat says you ride with Brock till he proves you wrong.
I
Kid's got
agree.
that winning mentality in his DNA. Yeah. I mean, it's been fun. It's been fun. And he's, could still get better, of course. And he hasn't been in a situation where he's completely crap the bed.
Yeah.
And hey, guess what? He might throw a pick this weekend.
Like I always say.
You hope not.
He is human, but not only that, he is a rookie.
Well, that's the other thing. I feel like if he throws a pick, there's going to be people that go, I told you so. And it's like,
yeah.
No, it's not. I told you so. Like, quarterbacks make mistakes. It's how you respond out of them, right?
Yeah. I think that's what talk about prisoner of the moment, the people that live in those one-time mistakes for people. I think even, I was going to start talking about Ben Simmons and how in the beginning of the year, people were pointing out when he airballed a free throw.
Yeah.
People are like,
they just piled on.
Yeah. Just started right where he left off, and it's like, there were so many other things he was doing, at least in that game, where he was playmaking and he was playing well defensively. And he just, he isn't what he once was. And I don't think he ever will be again. That's on the next show.
Great question from Omar in the chat. What would be the NBA equivalent of Brock Purdy's story? It would, I think, for just off the top of my head, it would have been like last year, Jose Alvarado coming in.
Beautiful.
And leading, literally himself leading. I want to be himself, like scoring 20 a game and them going to the conference finals.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, just in what he was doing defensively, the way he was getting in guys'
That's
head,
what it would have to have been.
He made that impact instantly, and his story was just amazing. His height, his size, and everything, just amazing. Yes. Good job. Wow. That was on the fly.
Jeremy Lin. Yeah, Jeremy Lin Sandy was pretty insane. That's actually not a bad one at all.
Yeah, that's a good one.
It was Linsane.
Linsane in the membrane.
Linsane in the membrane.
Protocol says they didn't go to the conference finals. So no, I'm saying if he would have done that, that's would be the equivalent. I'm not saying he did that. I don't think you don't have a lot of situations like this where the final pick of the draft comes in his rookie year in the middle of a season and does what he does. Ray says Kyle Shanahan does this with a random no-name quarterback like every other year. Does he? Does he? Where's Nick Mullins? Is he around? He had a couple good games, right? Like we always say that, but they're 8-0 when he plays. Brock Purdy's 8-0.
Yeah, and I think when you when you look at the different styles of play and just to compare from him to Jimmy Garoppolo, and it's because like Jimmy had a lot of a winning record, but there were so many mistakes that Jimmy made, and so many things that Jimmy couldn't do that you're seeing Brock Purdy is doing as a rookie.
Someone else mentioning Isaiah Thomas as kind of that Brock Purdy equivalent. Yeah, but again, it would have been if Isaiah Thomas was drafted by the Kings with the last pick, and then he got in there in the middle of the year, and they somehow made an amazing run. So, yeah, Isaiah Thomas, great story for a guy who was the last pick of the draft, but Deuce and Mo, we roll on Sactown Sports. So good to be back on Sactown Sports, whether you're listening on 1140 AM, 96.1-2 FM, or on the free Sactown Sports app. Yeah, go to your app store. If you're old, you can still do it. You can just go to the app store, just look around your phone, hand it to your, what? Hand it to your kid?
You're being an ageist.
I'm not being an ageist. I'm just being
I'm
being realistic. It's some people don't know how to use a phone. It's a lot. You think Jerry Reynolds could download the Sactown Sports app?
If we walked Jerry Reynolds through it, yes.
If we walked him through it, you're right. You're right. Am I wrong on that?
But it doesn't matter. People always need to like evolve and learn.
Yes, absolutely. Also, if you're on the YouTube page, you could check out the YouTube page, youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140. We've got more truth or trash coming up in a second, but let's check in with David. What is up, David?
Hey, thanks, guys. Good to hear you.
Appreciate it, man. What's on your mind?
Oh, I was just wondering, just a quick note, if what's your guys' opinion on dropping 16 years of anxiety? Is that too soon, or should we wait till the 82 game end, or what's up?
I mean, it's. What do you mean? Like you feel like? Is it worth celebrating?
Well, expectations too high. I mean, we can go with 27-19, but 16 years tells us it's too soon.
Here I feel like so many, and I don't blame everyone, this fan base is very traumatized, right? A loss can be triggering at times, and you see a lot of people just go off the deep end when there is a scary type of loss, or if there is anything else. There's no drama in the front office or anything. People like each other. There's a lot of good things happening. Now, what I will say, though, is that the expectations of play keep taking a leap because the Kings keep showing that they can play at a higher level and at a higher level and at a higher level. And I think, you guys, we just need to come a little bit down to earth, that other teams are still going to adjust and make them look bad as we get into this second part of this season.
Yeah, and I think where the Kings are at, I'm less worried. Like, them being in the third spot is exciting. It's like, oh, that's cool. I'm more excited just about the record. They're 8 games above 500 because the reality of it, the West is so bunched up. They're 4.5 games out of the 10th spot. So it just shows you how bunched up it is right now. So I guess to your point, David, I mean, enjoy the ride. It doesn't mean anything's clinched, but they're 27-19. They won their 27th game last year, March 26, when they were 27-48. I think we've seen a large enough sample size to be like, oh, this team's probably going to be a pretty solid team. They've got some flaws for sure, but they put up a ton of points. They can outscore anybody in the league, and that's exciting.
Yeah, I'm going game by game. I don't like talking about the playoff or play-in situation. Like, we'll get there when we get there, but for now, I'm enjoying night in and night out.
Well, you know what? I want you to enjoy Wednesday night game against the Raptors. Is that cool with you? You want to go to Kings Raptors?
Oh, that's amazing! It'll be my kid's first game.
Oh, I didn't go to my first Kings game until I was like 13. So I'm so glad. Hang on. We're gonna give you a 4-pack of tickets to go see the Kings and Raptors.
Thank you so much, Gary.
Yeah, of course. Taking it game by game.
I do. two things. I love when it ends up being someone that hasn't gone before his kid, he's saying. But two, I think his question is valid. It's fine, but it's what you and I always talk about when it comes to the perspective of this team, and it's enjoy the journey, enjoy the ride. I think some people sometimes always want to know what the conclusion's going to be. Are we going to get over that hump? And it's like,
enjoy the movie, man. Why? Don't worry about the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Let's just watch the movie.
Even if everyone dies, it's like, well, at least you get to enjoy the ride, right? Super dramatic.
We'll continue to take calls throughout the afternoon. Of course, you can hit us up 800-920-1140, 339-1140, or the YouTube chat. It's popping today. It's wild. People are in there chatting away. Chat with other fans and chat with us. YouTube.com/Sactown Sports 1140. More, I got a couple more truth or trash I want to throw at you.
Yeah, just do it. If Chris isn't going to give us our drops.
I don't care. Yeah. I don't care. The Lakers adding Rui Hachimura makes the Lakers a real threat again in the Western Conference.
The Lakers a threat. I'm just going to, okay. So I'm going to go with trash, but that's nothing against Rui Hachimura because I think he is still a solid player. When I say solid, I'm not saying great. I'm not saying like moves the needle completely, but he's the start of the Lakers trying to move the needle, trying to improve their team, putting younger pieces on their team, putting a guy on their team that I believe him in the mid-range. Like there's some efficiency there.
He's got good size, the wing spot. Yeah, I don't think it all of a sudden alters their chances. Like you're not, hey man, they're for sure going to be a playoff team.
Right.
But you could see a world where he's in there. They got AD back. You got LeBron. You go, okay, like they got better. Kendrick Nunn was not giving them anything. So I'm not super high that he's going to be some stud, but I think just naturally he may get some opportunity because he plays with LeBron, and that team's long, man. You got AD there, you got LeBron, you got Rui. Okay.
Talking about playing with LeBron, like, I feel like LeBron gets a little spark when there's a move, when there's a change like that, and when there's a younger, talented guy that can, that he can try and find and make better as well. And I think Rui's going to be that for them. The Lakers can't be done if they really want to make a push, because that's going to do nothing for them, even if somehow they did make the playoffs.
All right, next up on Truth or Trash, Stefon Diggs.
Or trash.
Damn it. Stefon Diggs of the Bills went too far with his emotions following the loss to the Bengals on Sunday.
I mean, who are we to say that he went too far or not? It's, no one got hurt. There's just like, some people are just more emotional than others. And he's a good player that is a good athlete that is emotional, right? So there's going to be more of this light shine down on it, but I'll go with trash.
And for those who don't know, after the game, according to The Athletic, he sprinted out of the locker room with all of his things before the coaching staff made it to the tunnel that leads to the locker room. Yeah. And then Duke Johnson, who's on the Bills practice squad, went and got him back in. Sean McDermott said that Diggs was in the locker room when he addressed the team, which was what matters most. Diggs went on Twitter and said, "You want me to be okay with losing? Nah. Want me to be okay with our level of play when it's not up to the standard? Nah. It's easy to criticize my reaction more than the result." I'm with you on that. I think it's so easy. Like, come on, man, you got to be better than that. Look, when you have expectations of winning a Super Bowl and you just lose a game at home, you're going to be frustrated. You're going to be hot. And sometimes you're not going to make the best decisions. I think his heart is in the right spot. He's a passionate guy, and he got fired up. Yeah,
I'm totally with you on that. I think so many times we just want to like dump on a guy for not being there as a leader for his team. And it's like, no, you're dealing with so many different personalities, especially on a football team, that like, I don't expect everyone to be perfect, especially after a loss. Yeah. Would I prefer that didn't happen? Sure. But it's gonna happen.
All right. This next truth or trash is not for
Truth or trash.
Who's it for?
It's for Chris.
What?
Okay, Chris. It's acceptable for Morgan to laugh out loud at Cowboys kicker Brett Maher when he missed the extra point against the 49ers. When it got blocked, remember, he missed 4 extra points in that last game for the Cowboys. He missed that one where she laughed out loud at him missing a kick.
Can
I get the replay of it? What did it sound like?
Okay, I was like, all right, Maher, he's really been struggling with it, and the kick is blocked.
Ah! idiot. Was that good?
See, that is acceptable because
Thank
if you go overboard, people know that you're not being serious. One of my favorite things to do is watching college football game, and like when the kicker for Stanford misses a 3-point, like a kick, I'll yell, "Ha ha! What a loser! He can't make it! Congratulations, being a lawyer, a doctor, you idiot!"
I actually see, and this is the difference.
Yes.
Like, you know, and it just honestly speaks volumes to who I am as a person. It's fine. It's like
You're an awful person. What?
I have compassion because I was like, oh, that sucks, man. Like, he's clearly got something mental going on. He's been able to make kicks before. All of a sudden, he can't. He's in his own head now. And I hate that. Being in your own head sucks. Have some compassion for the guy.
I felt bad for him the game before. I'm a Niners fan. I didn't care. I was laughing in his face, like viciously. And it was amazing.
It was better that got blocked, though, because that
100%.
That was going so left. So left. It was insane.
It was embarrassing for everyone watching that game at the time. So I hope you all laughed and called him a loser.
No.
It was the first time a kicker said, "Thank God that person blocked it."
Brooke says in the chat, it's his job. I understand it. But you know what? Sometimes people don't perform their jobs to their best because something's going on upstairs. Clearly something was going on.
See, we're just getting ahead of it. We need to bring him down so we can praise his ascent.
Great.
All right.
Great point.
Last one on Truth or Trash. Happy 82nd birthday
Or trash.
to Neil Diamond.
Oh, no.
Sweet Carloine is a bit played out now. Truth or trash?
I think Chris shook his head. What do you have?
Yes, truth.
Oh my
100%
God.
truth.
Really? You guys, isn't it just like
They played at last night's Kings game. The Kings were all like 20. It's like, it's time for Sweet Carloine Cam. And like the Kings just had like 7 turnovers in a row. Sweet Caroline. But guess what? I'm going to say trash. It's not played out.
Wow. Why?
This song is old. And guess what? When a song is that old and everybody still knows and everyone gets into it, I'm not saying it's good, but it does bring people together.
Yeah. Why is that?
It's YMCA.
No.
Yeah.
Sweet Caroline's better than YMCA.
It's getting into YMCA territory.
YMCA got ruined. And you
100%
know why. You know
it
why,
got
Chris.
ruined.
It got ruined.
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought it was ruined before then.
Yeah, but it definitely was more ruined. But
Are you going to say it's played out? Is it?
I enjoy it every time it comes on. So
Thank
I'm
you.
just going to go with
Thank you.
trash. Sorry, Chris.
He's 82 years old, Neil Diamond.
Wow, Neil Diamond, man.
That's pretty impressive.
That's really cool.
All right, coming up next, do not go anywhere. We're live until 2 p.m. Then Cal's and Ramie come in. Oh, see? Everyone in the chat's about to do it right now. I can't wait. Chat, do it. Deuce and Mo.
We make life so good. So good. So good. So good.
All right. Coming up next, we got to talk about the Kings winning. Mark Stein had something about Richaun Holmes that blew my mind. We'll talk about it next on Sactown Sports.
Yeah, it's so good though.
Yeah,
it is
see?
so
It
good.
did
Okay.
get you. It did get
So
you.
glad I didn't go with trash. Oh.
Caroline. Dun, dun, dun. How's the chat doing? Did they give me a bop? No.
Oh no.
Mike says you're both dead to me. Jesse's doing the puke. Best version ever. Thank you, Tina.
Beautiful singing, both of you. When is the Broadway debut? Deuce would be great.
I went to Moulin Rouge in New York.
Oh no.
In September.
Yep.
We went.
NBA broadcast meetings were going on.
And
can I just tell
I
them one
loved
thing?
it.
I said, Deuce, like, hey, I really think you should see a musical. Like, I really think you would enjoy it. Rolled his eyes, said bad things, all the usual, all those things. Didn't want to buy in. Go and see the musical. Deuce is playing the musical soundtrack in his car when we're back.
I had a dream about that soundtrack the other night. That's how much I love that soundtrack.
You're right, Mo, because I'm not a big fan of musicals. And then someone says, like, you should see a musical. I went and saw a musical. I absolutely loved it.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah.
What musical?
Evil Dead the musical.
What is that?
Is that real?
Yeah.
I can't tell. I can't
I'm
read
being
this.
100% serious. It's 100% real.
What is it called?
Evil Dead the musical.
Evil Dead.
It's the movie
1, 2,
Evil
3,
Dead, and
1,
they made
2,
it a
3.
musical.
No.
1,
Yeah.
2, 3.
Wait,
1,
and it.
2, 3.
No. That is so,
Chandelier hits, by the way, Morgan.
This
I'm sorry, I can't move on from Moulin Rouge.
Joe
says,
like a chandelier, like a chandelier. That's what they do in the musical.
Joe says Hamilton all day. I saw Hamilton. I fell asleep during Hamilton.
Yeah.
Okay, so you agree on.
Wow.
So Hamilton definitely got a little overhyped. Again, another example where Morgan loves to give me crap about falling asleep in Hamilton. The show is at 7. So, of course, what do we do before a show? Meet up with some friends, having a couple of beers, day drinking. Deuce got a little tired at night, and I fell asleep. It was just, I tried everything. I was eating M&Ms, coffee. It didn't matter.
I'll tell you this really quick, though. G-Man, who is loves musicals. Yeah. Whenever he goes on a New York trip with the team, he goes and sees musicals. He saw 2 this year.
Yeah.
When he was in New York, and he said that Hamilton was just like really hard to follow, and it is a lot. It's a different beat. It's a different, like, it's quick, fast pace. So yeah, I can understand it, but
total
at the
hipster,
same time,
total hipster musical.
No,
also, if you learn more about Hamilton, not a good guy.
Not a great guy.
Like Aaron Burr should be the
Alexander Hamilton.
Also, Chris, I know you have an update coming up, but I'm gonna come back with a play after your update. Cool. Hey, shout out to everyone watching us live right now. Make sure to hit the thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed too. Let's keep it moving.
My favorite.
The Book of Mormon. That's a good musical. I'm going to make sure to tweet that out. The link. Okay, yeah. Morgan already did. Final hour. I'll just tweet. Retweet.
It's the final hour.
Ninja Style says musicals are trash. I'm not Mr. Musical guy, okay?
But
Moulin Rouge. You go see Moulin Rouge and tell me
that your life isn't
love.
changed.
Yeah. Hamburger Dad, what does a couple of beers mean? Like 6? I probably had like 3. I'm a lightweight, man. I'm not a big drinker. Protocol says, if you don't mind, Morgan, I was reading something before you say.
KAM HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sactown Sports.
Sactown Sports.
Headlines.
This is Chris Verlod with your Sactown Sports headlines. Sacramento King had a big win yesterday, 33 points over the Memphis Grizzlies. Trey Lyles led the Kings in scoring with 25 points, 6 made threes. Sabonis finished with his 6th triple-double of the season with 14 points, 10 rebounds, and 11 assists. Kings will be back in action tomorrow when they host the Toronto Raptors. You can listen to the game right here on Sactown Sports, 1140. San Francisco 49er defensive end Charles Omenihu
Come on.
was arrested yesterday on suspicion of his misdemeanor domestic violence. He was booked in the Santa Clara County Jail and was released after he posted bail. Omenihu was also served with a restraining order. The Niners said in a statement, "We are aware of the matter involving him, and we are in the process of gathering further information." 49ers play the Philadelphia Eagles this Sunday in the NFC Championship game. It is 1 o'clock, and now it's time for more of the Deuce and Mo Show.
Steal attempt. Oh, and a great job by Trey Lyles. He poked it away. He goes to the full transition hammer. He wound up and windmilled that one home for 21 points and an 11-point Kings lead, 107-96. Here's another deflection. Lyles pokes it away. Grabbed by the Kings. Lead it to Monk. He goes for the two-hand rip. 109-96. 9:12 to go. Grizzlies take their next to last timeout. Defense leading to offense.
What a beautiful win for the Sacramento Kings last night against the Memphis Grizzlies. They won 133-100 in the bench. Trey Lyles. We didn't even talk about Malik Monk yet. He was a monster last night for the Sacramento Kings in their win. Hey, it's Deuce Mason. It's Morgan Reagan. It's Deuce and Mo on Sactown Sports. Yeah, second show. We're here.
It's our
debut
here.
week. Yeah, we're going to be live Monday through Friday. If you're just checking us out going, wait, I'm sorry, I'm confused. I had someone say, wait. Was I gone for a week? You guys are back doing a show on Sactown Sports.
Correct.
Yeah, we are. This station has committed to being live and local from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. That's a big deal. That's never been done in the history of this station because they understand what the people want.
Yep.
The people want more Sacramento Kings.
And
they want to hear about their teams. They want to talk with us on YouTube. They want to be downloading the app. They want to be a part of us.
They're taking multimedia serious,
Yes.
Understanding the value of the stream, understanding the value of the app, understanding the value of being on every platform, everywhere, at all times of the day.
And on the day of Kings games, like yesterday and tomorrow, it's not 6 to 6.
Yeah.
6 to 11, 6 to 10:30.
What?
You're right, because it
Thank
keeps
you,
going.
Chris.
You got game night after.
Thank you, Chris.
Then you got the pregame, and then you got G-Man, the
Oh my
GOAT,
God.
calling the games, plus the postgame. Yeah, so we are live and local. There's no tape garbage anymore. You're not hearing all old shows. No, Deuce and Mo live 11 to 2, followed by Cattles and Ramie, 2 to 6 p.m. before us. Dave and Jason and Jay, they're on from like 6 to 11. All day long, right here on Sactown Sports. So we appreciate you guys being here and being active with us. Make sure if you're driving around, go check out the YouTube page later today, youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140. Subscribe, engage there. The chat is popping. Join all the other fans who are there hanging out throughout the whole show. Morgan, what do you point to?
Nothing. We
got Kings tickets to give away?
At some point.
You're right. We got Kings tickets to give away tonight. Can I just pick a name that's in front of me right now?
You can pick a name that's right in front of you.
Hey, Brooke, you're going to get 4 tickets to tomorrow's game. And I will find your information, DM me, or call 339-1140. You get 4 tickets to Kings Raptors tomorrow night.
Let's go. Appreciate you, Brooke.
Appreciate the YouTube crowd stepping up in a big, big way.
Thank you, guys.
Morgan Reagan, that win last night was really nice. It was one of those games that got off to such a crazy start with the 3-point shooting. The fourth quarter defense was insane. I think Trey Lyles obviously is a big takeaway for what he provided last night. He was massive. I thought De'Aaron Fox brought it from the get defensively last night.
Yeah.
And I think it's a theme that we're starting to see more and more. How long have we been talking about, hey, man, can De'Aaron Fox just be consistent defensively? He still has some lapses sometimes, but he has been more engaged than ever this year. We know what he does offensively. He's the most efficient he has ever been this year. But I think defensively, he is understanding that he has to be better. And last night, I thought he did some nice things on Tyus Jones.
It was on Tyus Jones at times. You know, obviously Desmond Bane still got some of his, but there was other times when he was doing a good job really putting the pressure on Bane as well. And I think it wasn't only with the way that he was moving laterally, staying active with his hands, but he was just staying body to body, showing his jersey, not angling guys, not allowing them to penetrate into the paint to create so much more for this Memphis Grizzlies squad, to get so many more opportunities in the paint or just to find the open man. There was just activity everywhere. It started with him doing that, and which allowed everyone else to do their jobs the right way on the defensive end.
One thing we're going to get to in just a little bit too, Mike Brown had some comments about De'Aaron Fox that jumped out to me in a big time way. The other guy who I thought stepped up too last night, Malik Monk. Monk has been in a funk, and it felt like ever since that Band-Aid got ripped off, and ever since Mike Brown pumped him up to be 6th man of the year,
his soul got ripped with it.
Your soul got ripped with it.
Yeah.
Or Mike Brown might have jinxed him a little bit. Because you believe in jinxes.
Don't point at me.
But that you do. You believe in jinxes.
Not that one.
But he's been out of rhythm. He's not knocking down shots. Mike Brown said after the game last night that he made a point, not only to the whole team, but like, Malik Monk, you got to be better rebounding the basketball. Malik Monk stepped up last night. And it's one thing to be hitting the shots. He had 13 points. He had 9 rebounds. He had 8 assists, and some of the passes were great. I thought the biggest thing he did when he's clicking, it's the all-around game. He's attacking. He's getting in the pick and roll. And what the Kings did in that game against Memphis, they knew that Sabonis had to deal with Jaren Jackson and Tillman down there. He may struggle with length every once in a while, but they got him going in pick and roll action. Malik Monk and him in that 2-man game was amazing.
Yeah, that was absolutely beautiful. And I love when we see Malik Monk do so many more things than just score. Like you said, he ended with 13 points on the night, but his 8 assists, dropping those dimes, creating those plays where he was dropping those dimes. I mentioned this last night as well when Malik Monk took a shot baseline. The shot was missed. Domas Sabonis tipped it out. It went back out to Malik Monk, who then drove it in. Sabonis was in the dunker spot. Malik Monk drives it in, dishes it off to Sabonis. It was just like a full circle play. Beautiful on both sides from these guys. And Malik Monk is just one of those guys, when he's locked in and he controls his chaos, there's so much beautiful energy that comes out of it.
The chaos he brings is part of what makes him him. And
It's
that's what you
necessary
want.
at times.
The shot wasn't falling. You're like, God, get that shot going and don't lose your confidence. Don't lose your swagger. The other play I loved last night, they need to run more of the two-man game with him and Sabonis when those two are in the game together, because they were playing a little two-man game, dribble handoff to Monk. They went into the pick and roll, and that Grizzlies defense was like, oh, yeah, we're going to make sure Sabonis doesn't kill us here. They were so compacted in the paint. Keegan faked the cut, then went back out along the perimeter, and Monk dropped a pinpoint pass to Keegan Murray, who was moving without the ball, and knocked down the 3. So Monk brought so much to the table last night, and I thought seeing him get his rhythm back could be huge for the Kings,
Agreed.
Especially for that bench unit. Him and Trey Lyles were great last night.
Yeah, and I talked about this again where there's a rebound at the end. Malik Monk finished the night with 9 rebounds, but he had this one rebound at the end where he just went up in the air, grabbed it with one arm, and you hear the mic from the basket, and he's just like, ah! And it's just like that energy again, just on that rebound, was showing what he was really trying to execute last night. And he was trying to execute being a great teammate in every stat line. There's times when you see him take the wrong shot, or he's just not efficient with his shooting or his shot selection. Last night, everything was going well for him off the bench.
A lot more to go over with this game. We'll talk about what Mike Brown had to say about De'Aaron Fox and his leadership. Plus, Mark Stein had something about Richaun Holmes in a buyout? I don't believe it, but we'll go over it. It's all straight ahead. Deuce and Mo on Sactown Sports. Oh, man. Show's flying by today.
I know.
Can it stay like this every day? When do you think it's going to stop flying by? Are
Where
we going to
we
be
hit
here
the
some
wall?
days? We're like, oh, okay, no.
Can someone please give us a topic?
Here's the thing. We play with pace. That's the one thing we're always going to be on the show. We're going to play with pace, fast pace. Let's keep it moving. It's fun that way.
It's not only is it fun that way, and that's why too, I think staying on during the breaks, like some people, my sister yesterday was like, how do you guys, stay on all 3 hours, even during the breaks? My goodness. And
in some ways, I think it helps.
That's what I'm saying, because then it just it allows our conversations to remain free flowing. We want to make sure this format is not like, coming up next, we're going to be talking about this, and if we don't get to that, then we teased it for no reason.
Be careful.
Why?
You never know. The boss could drop the hammer on us at some point.
No, he's cool. He's evolved. We only talked to him for a little bit, but he's cool. He's gonna he knows what's up.
He's gonna let us cook?
I think he's
gonna let us cook like Rick Adelman.
I'll be like, Coach, let us cook. And he'll be like, I don't trust you. And I'd be like, please trust us. Just like, let us, give me the ball, let me go. And then he'll see what's up.
Chris, in this next segment, can I toss some Mike Brown talking about De'Aaron Fox? And yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah,
that's it. I like that. I'll toss to that. Okay.
Oh, fine.
Deuce Mason, Morgan Reagan, back on Sactown Sports. How you feel, man?
I feel good. Like, I keep looking at the camera. I'm laughing because I'm like, my greasy hair, my cute little crew neck.
Yeah. Why is your hair so greasy? Is it from like the donuts and you touch your hair, or what?
Good point. It could be, but no, it's not. When you yesterday I just didn't wash my hair this morning because I was like, I don't need it to be down. There's no Kings game tonight, right? When there's a Kings game, I had to make sure that like I'm all dressed up.
You have your
and
TV ready, blah,
yeah,
blah, blah.
like the makeup's caked on. It's so gross, so annoying. So on the days when there's no Kings game, before we were doing Sactown Sports, I mean, this was my podcast look. This is my multimedia look. And I just think it's my true form and that we should all always be our true self.
I'm really happy to see that for the second consecutive day on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/SactownSports 1140, we have surpassed 320 plus thumbs up.
Wow, you guys.
All that does is help our channel grow. The subs keep going up. Let's keep that going in a great direction so people know we're live. Talking a lot about the Kings and Grizzlies today. De'Aaron Fox has grown a lot this year, and I think so many people were eager to see what he could do. Last year was a bad year for him. And he talked about that. I mean, you had the pre-trade deadline Fox and the post-trade deadline Fox. It wasn't a large sample size, but the second Sabonis came through in that game with the Minnesota T-Wolves, and they won that first game, and they hugged. You felt like, this could be the change. Then both guys get hurt at the end of the year. Kings go, whatever. You see something different with De'Aaron Fox this year, and what Mike Brown had to say about De'Aaron was he's doing more than just on the floor. He's doing it in the huddles, too. Here's Mike Brown after the game.
I really felt Foxy set the tone for us towards the end of that third quarter and going into the fourth quarter with his defense. His defense was unbelievable. He had 6, 7, 8 deflections tonight. He was extremely active. His ball pressure was fantastic. And being the head of the snake on that end of the floor really gets the rest of the guys going. And so he was fun to watch. Not all offensively, he's always fun, but defensively he was really fun to watch tonight. And his leadership too. He took over down the stretch, making the right calls. There probably was in the second half 3 or 4 times in the huddle. I went in and I just said, "Foxy, what you want?" And he took over the huddle and told the guys what to run and where to go and all that other stuff. And when you start to get that consistently, it's pretty good.
That's big time stuff.
Leader. I mean, maturity. It
is, but it's also, again, we go back to Mike Brown and what he has established here, which is, hey guys, I'm a nice guy. We have standards. He has called out De'Aaron Fox. Fox, you have to be better defensively.
Mm-hmm.
You're the point guard. You're the head of the snake. You have to be the guy that people look to. He's putting a lot on his plate and has high standards for him. He's going to help him reach there too, but he's going to hold him accountable. And that accountability is going a long way. You've seen what Sabonis brings as a leader. Now you're seeing Fox kind of take on that role. That's one of the biggest developments, I think, of this whole season for the Kings.
I'm with you. And I think really looking at some of the standards, De'Aaron Fox has talked about it before too. He's like, it doesn't matter if it's a small thing you did on the defensive end that you wouldn't even have noticed. And he's calling a timeout and is like, you should have been here instead of here, or you should have done this instead of this. And you make that change. And they make that change because they respect one another. They buy in. There's trust for one another. But I think really going back to De'Aaron Fox and where he's made a change in his game is, again, being more mature. I don't know if you know this, but okay, I'll just say this. When I was in my early 20s.
Yeah, I love to know about that.
If I was drafted to an NBA team and making millions, I too would probably have not been my best self. And on top of that, it being in some toxic situations that were there over the years, I too would have a tough time developing. And I think all those things come into play. And he did step and stand in his own way as well. But that's also because he was young. And now you're seeing him in his 6th season take this leap because he is holding himself accountable and other people that he respects are holding him accountable.
I think we don't talk about that enough when it comes to athletes. When he came to Sacramento, he was 19 years old. I want all of you out there.
Do this, yes.
Think back to when you were 19.
I was also in Sacramento.
Yeah. And what were you up to?
What were you up to, Chris? And if it's not good for the show, you probably shouldn't say it.
Probably playing a lot of Madden.
Playing Madden.
What a loser.
Playing Madden. Just on the couch playing Madden all day. Eating bad food and doing nothing with your life. But when you're 19, and we actually have some listeners who are like 13.
True.
So they have no idea what it's like to be 19. They're like, oh, that's when you're really intelligent and you've got your stuff together. No, when you're 19, you're a mess. And people develop. Some guys are more, or some people are more mature when they're 19. But I can tell you this.
Men.
Yeah.
Yes.
19-year-old men compared to like.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's on a maturity. For majority, right? It's just, there's a huge leap there.
So that's natural. But I think the other point you make is accurate. It's like, you have great leadership on your team when a person can bring something out of you that maybe you didn't realize you had. I feel like for years we were like, hey, De'Aaron's not really a vocal guy. It's just not him. I mean, I think I said that.
Oh, I've definitely.
But you can definitely, you don't have to be super vocal, but you could still find ways to lead. And I do think Mike Brown's tapped into something that's always been within De'Aaron.
Yeah.
Which has been there. It just hasn't been pushed out. Also, being in a situation where they're trying to establish winning habits in a culture. And, oh, by the way, you're playing meaningful games now. De'Aaron has not played meaningful games. I guess you can say that 39-win season.
Yeah.
But also they were just kind of playing, right? This is the first time they're playing meaningful games.
And I will say from a technical standpoint, yes, the roster, the pieces around him are better as well. But he's also playing the game at such a different level of, for example, when he is turning on the jets, going into the paint. I know.
I wish I could say it.
You can't say it. Driving into the paint, he has always utilized his speed to the fullest, but his body control has also been transformed to a different level. He's understanding how to accept contact from different players and not looking for the foul. He's looking to finish the shot and take the contact. And that's what great players do in this league.
Also, quick shout out to his boo thing.
Oh, Rasay. Oh, my God.
You got a good partner in your life? That can go a long way.
Yes.
She balled too. So I think that has helped him quite a bit too. Let's get to this Richaun Holmes thing real fast. Mark Stein, I subscribe to his Substack.
Yeah.
He always has trade rumors, and I like a little DMZ, Deuce and Mo, like TMZ, but DMZ. We may bring that back tomorrow.
Doom, doom, doom.
Could Richaun Holmes be a buyout candidate? I forgot I sent that to Chris today. Mark Stein put out, rival teams in need of size are monitoring King center Richaun Holmes as a potential buyout candidate in the event the Kings are unable to trade him before the deadline, sources say.
What? Wait.
I love huge Mark. Again, I spend money on his Substack.
I think he's great.
He's great. And he's plugged in. I just didn't understand this line because Richaun Holmes has $12 million owed next year. And the year after that, he's a player option worth $12.8 million. Is there any chance that the Kings are going to, if they can't move him, if they elect to move him, that they're going to buy him out of like $25 million?
Yeah, what?
That seems asinine.
Well, right. No, like, am I missing something? And if I am, someone, please feel free to let me know or let us know in the chat. It does seem ignorant. It seems like he's just not locked in there, or maybe there's someone who's just blabbing away trying to get something else across.
Yeah, I mean, maybe there was a rival exec who thought his deal was coming up sooner than it really is, because that makes no sense whatsoever. So I don't know what to make of that line. Of course, Richaun's name's been brought up a lot. Some people think they're trying to, they want to move him because of, look, they've got Sabonis now. He hasn't played well. I think that contract would be hard to move. One thing with Richaun real fast.
Yeah.
I thought he played great last night. And he's had more moments recently where it's like, oh, you're starting to see the Richaun of old again. It wasn't just, some of the dunks he had. I thought last night, defensively in that fourth quarter, defending the pick and roll, staying big. He had that one play with Dylan Brooks driving on him when Dylan Brooks took one of the worst shots in NBA history. It's like, what are you doing? But that was because Richaun Holmes stayed with him, stayed vertical, used his chest. He gets handsy sometimes. Yeah. He reaches sometimes. Richaun did a great job defensively last night.
He stayed disciplined. He stayed straight up, just like you're saying. In his 14 minutes of play, 5 rebounds, 5 points, 4 rebounds. And it was this impact that he made when he was out there was just efficient. It was what I think Mike Brown has wanted to see out of him in that role. And it's something, if he wants to continue to play, he's going to have to keep showing in that time. I think he's done a much better job of understanding, okay, in this motion offense, I'm not with Tyrese Halliburton anymore. It's not just going to be like pick and pop or a two-man game with someone who's going to get me the ball. There's so many other options and actions off of this motion offense that can be done.
Yeah, I was happy to see him look a little more comfortable out there. I don't know what his future holds in Sacramento.
But it's not that.
But
it's
the
not
buyout does not, I mean, maybe I'm missing something, but there's no way they pay, hey, we're going to buy you out. Here's 20, even if they pay him 15, that's just a lot of money.
Let's
to
look
buy
into
him
that, because
out.
I'm just like, again, much respect for Mark Stein.
Yeah.
I just am very confused.
All right, we have more to go over on today's show. Can talk about how the Niners Cowboys made history, by the way.
Oh.
Yes, they did.
Of course.
And Harrison Barnes opened up a little bit to Anthony Slater. He talked about not being in trade rumors this time around. We do that coming up next on Sactown Sports. What's up, YouTube? Yeah.
Yeah.
Who? Okay.
Seriously?
All right. Brian wants us to get our email set up. Cool. Yeah, whatever.
Down.
Yeah.
I love having 7 emails. How'd you know?
That's the worst part. Hey, YouTube chat, I already have a couple of emails. And the company's like, yeah, but you need to have one within our company for company.
And I get it.
Company. No, I don't. What do we do? Spilling trade secrets in our email? No, just hit me up.
Can I tell you this? When we were fired 7 years ago.
Oh, that's when we knew we got fired,
and
right?
so I tried like logging on to my email right after the show, after like weirdos left and stuff. And it was like going to log in.
Mm-hmm.
Locked out. And then Deuce comes running into the office that I was in. He's like, can't get into my email. I'm like,
oh.
Is this happening?
This
like, is
yep,
so.
It's happening.
It's April Fool's Day.
Yep.
I love it though. Even around here, people have April Fool's Day jokes.
Yeah.
It's funny. It's cute.
It's
the buy-in's cute. The team's cute.
We can all laugh about it now.
So yeah, great. Now we have to have another email that I have to work. I'm never gonna log in. So then I'll never know if I'm gonna get fired. Just avoid at all costs.
I kind of like the fact that you could know ahead of time. I was like, okay, now we know it's coming.
Okay, what am I gonna say?
Right. Anthony Slater did a really cool Q&A with Harrison Barnes. We're gonna have to get Slater on the show. Anthony Slater with The Athletic. I don't know if you guys know him. Hardcore hoops fans do. That does
so good.
Great work. He told me last night, he's like, yeah, I'm going to be doing a piece on Harrison Barnes. I'm like, oh, probably come out in a couple of days. He goes, yeah, I'm talking to him tonight. I'm going to bed last night, like 1:30.
Yeah.
The article was out. I'm like, are you serious, dude?
No, it was
the guy grinds.
Wow. Yeah. And he's so good. His writing, so good. Such a good journalist. Sam Amick, same thing. We're so lucky to have them here.
Yeah.
So close. Roger says, I got my car stolen on April Fool's Day and nobody believed me. That's awful. I'm so sorry.
We can relate. It's a weird feeling when like something bad happens that day. It's like, yeah, okay. I remember family, it was like, yeah, okay. I had friends like, that's nice try. People were mad at us. I'm like,
don't joke about that.
Yeah, because I'm doing April Fool's gimmicks in 2016. Great.
Beans from Stockton. When's the next time you guys will be in Stockton? Deuce will be the play-by-play voice, and I'll be the color analyst for the Stockton Kings game this Thursday in Stockton.
Josh Jackson
makes
his Stockton Kings debut.
Yeah,
right?
I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
These kids in Sactown. My birthday is April Fool's Day. I've heard it all.
That's funny. Let's get an update on the poll question real fast.
Let's.
Oh, where'd it go? Did it go? What? Did I close it?
I see it.
I don't see it.
Oh, did you? It looks like, yeah, you did close it at some point. Why'd you do that?
What'd they vote for?
Well,
I didn't close it.
Defense in the fourth. So the poll question was favorite moment from last night's Kings win. Defense in the fourth won with 50%. Next up was 12 3-pointers in the first with 28%. And then Trey Lyles was an option that got 21%.
But hey, do we have the Paul Heyman audio too? Okay, cool.
Pro 2 Protocol. Skeets is tomorrow, I guess. Yes, J.E. Skeets will be with us tomorrow. And so now we can do video as well.
We're going to try to do video tomorrow.
Okay.
I am 80% sure it's going to work.
80% we're going to be on video. If not, J.E. Skeets will be on the phone. It's a perfect day to have him. Kings and Raptors play tomorrow, of course. The huge Raptors guy. If you guys don't know who J.E. Skeets is, no dunks, the starters. Stand by.
This is Chris Verlato with your Sactown Sports headlines. The Sacramento Kings won big against the Memphis Grizzlies last night, 133-100. Kings had a huge first quarter, tying an NBA record of 12 made threes in a quarter on only 13 shots. Trey Lyles led the Kings in scoring with 25 points and 6 made threes, and Sabonis finished with his 6th triple-double of the season. Tomorrow they'll be back in action when they host the Toronto Raptors. You can listen to the game right here on Sactown Sports 1140. In Oakland, free agent first baseman Jesus Aguilar and the Oakland A's came to an agreement on the contract pending a physical. USA Today's Bob Nightingale reports that the contract will be a 1-year, $3 million contract. It is 1:30. This time check is brought to you by West Coast Men's Health Acoustic Wave Therapy. And now back to the Deuce and Mo Show.
Deuce and Mo on Sactown Sports. I'm Deuce Mason. That's Morgan Reagan. If you don't know us, I guess I can explain.
Yeah, explain.
I mean, you don't know us. Isn't that weird? You live in Sacramento. I've never heard these people before.
It's the thing.
Is it really?
Yeah. Okay. Honestly, you know how many people on Instagram have like 1 million followers, and I'm like, who are you? And here's the truth. We're nowhere near 1 million followers.
I feel like I probably have 1 million people who know me in Sacramento.
Mentally, you do.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
You
For sure.
You and your ego. Yes, correct.
So you're saying the millions and millions?
And millions. Seriously, though, we did a show a long time ago here. We've been in this market a long time doing podcasting. We love talking about the Kings, NBA. We love sports. And born and raised in Sacramento. So it's good to be back on Sactown Sports as we launch a new lineup, right? 6A, 6P with live and local shows. It's more than just a radio station. For those listening on the radio, we love you, man.
Hey, we love you.
We love you all.
Love you.
But we should challenge you to download the Sac Sports app so you can take us anywhere. Go to youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140 so you could be in the chat. Hit the thumbs up. Chat with us. Be in poll questions.
Watch us dance.
Oh, and during the breaks, we stay live there. This show doesn't stop. We are on literally from 11 to 2 p.m. Pacific time. It's great to be back on Sactown Sports.
Yeah.
49ers Cowboys made history, Morgan. This might blow your mind.
Okay.
45.7 million people watched the 49ers Cowboys game. That's better than 4 of the last 5 NFC championship games, and also better than 3 of the last 5 AFC championship games on CBS. The draw of the Cowboys, the draw of the 49ers, 2 of the premier franchises with a rivalry that goes way, way back. 45.7.
I have so many questions.
Go ahead. Question 1, Morgan Reagan.
Because we know how sometimes numbers can be perceived.
Okay.
And my point to this is, yes, it is watched by that many people. So how crazy is it that when someone or a sports bar or a workplace or whatever on a Sunday just has the TV on, it counts as a watch, right? And you said 75 million? How many million?
45 million.
45 million? Yeah, thank you. 45 million? Sorry, my numbers in my head. 45 million? There's 40 million of those people couldn't name 3 people on both of those teams. Am I right?
It doesn't matter though.
No, but my point is like, how insane and weird is this whole thing?
How do you come up with that 40 million?
I don't know the exact number. I don't know the exact number.
We know they all know one guy's name.
They all know
Brock Purdy.
Okay. And they didn't go in. They're like, oh, we just know there's a special story around this quarterback. They probably didn't even know his name.
I thought that was amazing last night on Monday Night Raw, by the way. Paul Heyman, they're doing this thing with Sami Zayn. Anyway, Paul Heyman, if you guys don't know, wake up. Anyway, he did a little like promo for social media about Brock Purdy last week. But last night on Monday Night Raw, they're in Philly.
Yeah.
A city that loves Paul Heyman.
Loves him. Think about the history of ECW there. ECW. And you know what he did? He mentioned a little Brock Purdy.
And we're going to feel like the fans of the Philadelphia Eagles after they get conquered by Brock Purdy of the 49ers.
Yes. What a heel. What a heel. It's such an epic move on his part as well.
It's epic, but also think about if you're Brock Purdy. Like, think about your life.
Yeah.
This time last year, you're like, am I going to get drafted? Am I going to the NFL? And then you're the last pick. Everyone makes fun of Mr. Irrelevant. Like, hey, it's a big deal, which is always like, I think one of the worst things is like, hey, you're Mr. Irrelevant. Like, it's an honor. You're irrelevant. That's one of the biggest insults you can get. You are irrelevant. You were last. You suck. And now his life has changed.
I feel like he's actually putting that energy toward me like he kind of means
He's
it.
getting ready to start the NFC Championship game, and he's got Paul Heyman mentioning him on WWE. There's no way he could have predicted this.
Dude, it's amazing. His story's amazing. I don't even know how he stays so cool, calm, and collect in all of his interviews that he's been doing throughout this time. And trust me, you guys, I understand how much that matchup too with the Dallas Cowboys, America's team, in the 49ers, how many people that's going to draw. But that's why it is pretty amazing when you look at that amount of people that those people are still, the majority of those people are not even going to know some of these individual players. That's what's fascinating about football, but it's also fascinating when you do have this angle, this storyline in someone like a Brock Purdy, because that's the stuff that really can bring people together and go, oh yeah, we can connect to this story.
Got some breaking news at this hour too. A source is close to the situation saying that former 49ers analyst Dante Whitner will be on the show this week.
Yes, I just have to follow up.
To get you ready for the NFC Championship game.
Correct.
That's
follow
awesome.
Up. Let me follow up after.
He texted you today. He's coming on the show.
Yeah.
Have some confidence in that.
I know. I hate whenever Deuce pushes out that we have someone before we have them confirmed. Ugh.
Put it into existence.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dante Whitner is going to be on the show.
And if he's not on the show,
what do we do?
It was his fault.
It's Morgan's fault.
It was his fault.
Yeah,
it wasn't your fault, Morgan.
Deuce's fault or Dante Whitner's?
Dante Whitner's.
I can't blame anyone. I don't, it's a lot of people committing this time to us. I always feel bad asking, but I mean, it's part of our job.
It's their job too. Okay, talk Niners with us. It's not that hard.
Oh,
shout out to Mike Bibby, who joined us earlier today on the show. That's on the YouTube page, all clipped out for you guys.
I'm very upset that I didn't have you guys ask if we could be honorary members of Team Dime after that interview.
He might, honestly, next time we have him on.
Next time.
I think you'd be like, yeah, of course. You guys are so cool. Wow, that was the
Then we all go
funnest
get
interview.
tattoos.
Yes.
Before the last break, I was mentioning Harrison Barnes. We've talked about a lot about Harrison today and what he has meant to this team. He did a Q&A with Anthony Slater from The Athletic. It was interesting how he talked about not being in trade rumors this year. Anthony asked him, I'm curious about your mindset. For the last few years, you're basically in perpetual trade rumors. This year, you're not in those rumors because this team is suddenly a contender. I don't know if you meant contender for a championship, maybe playoff contender. How has that flipped your mindset about this really becoming a stable place to be?
What do you say?
Frankly, it's been special.
Oh.
Because for the last 4 years, we basically haven't played meaningful basketball past December. To have a level of excitement and purpose of going out in the games and having something on the line, it's just special. So it was really cool to hear him talk about that or read that today. And he talked about how, this has been home for a while. He said, it's really been me, Fox, and Holmes for the last 4.5 years who actually know what the other side was. A lot of these guys, Malik, Kevin, Keegan, just walk in here. And all I know with the Kings basketball is us. All they know is just them winning a whole bunch of games, playing winning basketball. So I think it's rewarding to see us turning a corner. But at the same time, you know how fragile that is. You have to continue to work to not get back to the other side. I kind of like that fear that Harrison might have a little bit.
Yes.
It's like, it's good. And we felt like it could be headed in the right direction before, but we're not, we got a long way to go.
Why would you want to even even experience any sort of basketball hell again, right? Especially when you've seen the light and you've seen the direction that things can go. You want to do anything you can do to make sure you are executing that beautiful basketball on and off the floor.
And it's no surprise, Morgan, that he has been raving about Mike Brown. He says, I think there's definitely something to be said about having a championship structure and how you operate. On paper, like you said, this roster is stacked up against the West. Yeah, you figure, oh, they'll be all right. But what Mike has really done and continues to do for us is keep guys accountable. How can we continue to generate good shots? Coming into a timeout, middle of the game tonight, he's telling us that we're missing open guys. He's pulling up the tape in the middle of a timeout and showing us, demanding a correction for us. Those are the things over the course of a season that has allowed us to win a lot of games and put us in a position to win games that over the past several years we haven't been able to do.
You know how many times we see in huddles when coaches are mic'd up or whatever, and you see, all right, guys, got to keep this up. You got to keep this up. What, coach? What do we have to keep up? And what Mike Brown and his coaching staff does a really good job of is teaching their guys something. There's so much substance in every single timeout. There's value. There's responses coming out of it as well. And you're seeing guys, not only are they giving the right tools to these players are buying into those tools and being like, okay, we want to get this right. And every time they do get those mistakes right, you see Mike Brown celebrating the hell out of them.
That's
true.
true.
It's great for everyone.
He's going to celebrate the good and he's going to point out the bad.
Yes.
And that goes a long way with how this team's been able to turn things around. All right, coming up next, closing time. We wrap things up with some fun. Deuce Mason, Morgan Reagan, it's Sactown Sports. YouTube chat.
What up, YouTube chat? I'm gonna text Dante Whitner.
Light say it says Bibby could have been longer. Was that the agreement? 15 to 20 minutes. We didn't really have an agreement with him, but yeah, we got 20 minutes with him. The problem is, to be completely transparent.
Yeah,
we're doing a radio show too, so what we're going to try to experiment with is. Yeah, we have to deal with breaks in radio, but can we keep the segment going? Can we keep it going on the stream during breaks a little bit to keep people on longer? That's a possibility too. And we might also try to pre-record some stuff every once in a while to have longer conversations too.
That's something I was talking about with Deuce the other day, was like, our conversations are so fun when they can just be free flowing and long. So why not talk to someone for 6 hours and break it up into 3 different shows? Just kidding, Ramie. What's up? I think I'm plugged. Deuce, I had to plug into his and you plugged into mine. No, it's okay. We're just going to mess him up for a little bit.
Well, let me see if I can hear myself in this.
Okay.
Nick's going to need this too.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh, now it's good here.
Oh,
it's good.
Well,
here. It's working now.
Would you look at that? Oh, thank you. Rookie here. Hi.
I'll be right back.
Tinkle time? Wow. Third one of the show. Yeah, dude, he does. And it's so weird because, and we are live, just to let you know, I always want to remind Ramie, just because him and Nick obviously aren't live during breaks. So I'm like, okay, I'll just make sure you know. Yeah, and it's also weird because he's in his 30s and he uses the word tinkle. Is that weird for a grown man? Thank you. I've been saying it for years. I'm like, that's just gross. And
grown man and I use potty. Like a grown man should, right? Like a grown man should.
And I use potty. God, I'm surrounded by these weirdos. Kidding. Ooh, you guys, I like the crossover graphic. Look at that.
Ooh, I like that a lot.
Wow. Is that a Chris Watkins doing?
Is that
Vlad? No.
Vlad did that?
No, he would never dare. He would never dare. Let's see. People have noticed the ponytail sighting.
Yes.
Is that a thing?
I mean, I don't know. Are people?
I heard it once yesterday. Somebody
said it yesterday.
Ponytail
too.
sighting.
Is
I'm
that
like,
something people are watching for?
Is that a new thing? Are we going to name the ponytail? I mean, my God.
It's more of a bun than a tail, too.
Yeah. I'm with you.
Right?
Yeah. No, a ponytail is
There's
like
a difference.
And a ponytail is way too difficult to do after like, I don't know, especially when your hair isn't like
Ponytails
plain.
to Cobra Kai. Like, I'm not trying to look like an
There we
evil
go.
villain from an 80s or
Yeah.
90s movie.
No,
I bun it up.
I was
right?
just about to say I bun it up. Yes, Ron. Oh, I'm so glad you get that. Blake wants to know if it's been too much tinkle time and is that even good for your bladder?
I love it. People are obsessed with.
No, they're not obsessed. They're worried.
When I have to pee, I have to pee. I don't.
I thought you call it tinkle.
Look at how much
Or
water
potty.
the man is drinking. That
Tell
thing
me.
is-
Tell me this. This is a tank and a half.
That is the size of a baby.
You hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is.
You could do a kettlebell workout.
Yeah.
I drink water. Let me drink.
It would really bother me if people were counting how many times I went to the
Yeah.
bathroom.
Oh yeah.
I don't like
That would really bother me. Shy bladder.
It's Deuce and Mo, Sactown Sports, 11:40, of course, on Monday through Friday, 11 to 2 p.m. Our debut week. And coming up at 3 or 2, I look at me, I'm already messing it up. 2 p.m. It's Cattles and Ramie. Ramie in the building. How you doing, man?
I've done the good. I've done that a couple times because I'm used to starting at 3. Why are you saying 3?
I don't know. I think because I've been used to your guys' show starting at 3. I go, they start at 3. That's when you listen.
Yeah, you have an alarm set for the start of the Kettles and Ramie.
Of course. I've been listening to you guys for sure, man.
Thank you. Appreciate
Yeah, how are you?
Good. Things are good. How are you guys? 2
So
days in
good.
a row now doing 3 hours. Is it setting in yet? With this?
No, I think
you guys
tomorrow's
aren't
a
rookies
test.
to the game, but is it setting in yet what you've committed to?
No, not yet. Not yet.
When you put it like that, it's like, whoa, commitment.
Of 15 hours of content.
Yeah,
every
wait.
week.
We're
You know
not.
what I
We're
mean?
not just doing this for a week. We're committed to this for a minute.
Yeah.
We're just saying it one day at a time. We're just
Good.
gonna keep on moving on
Nice.
and see if we can get better each and every day.
That's veteran talk, right?
Yeah.
there.
I was going to say, that's like a Harrison Barnes press conference
That
right
was.
there. That was
Yeah.
really well done.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's, it's good. It's fun. It hasn't felt super different or anything yet, but we keep telling ourselves, okay, first week, like, you got to make sure that you're staying healthy and know that your energy levels are
hydrating.
You're hydrating. I did take a few bites of some old donuts.
Did you guys bring those in yesterday?
No, it was
Okay.
corporate did.
Oh,
so corporate
okay.
brought them in, but now they're still here. And I was like, you know what? I'll see if they're good. They're a little stale, but so I'm just taking a bite of each one.
You microwave a stale donut for like 15 seconds.
Oh,
Is that a
so
thing?
see, I
That's
should
good to
leave
know.
them and
so
not
Morgan's
just.
gonna take the whole
I've
box.
been
home.
taking a bite and throwing it away. I'm like, no one's going to eat it. So
No, like 10, 15 seconds in the microwave. It's like new.
the rest are yours.
That's good to know. Question for you.
Yes, sir.
Because we stay on during the breaks too, and we were talking about this yesterday about like kind of your guys' setup for your show.
Yeah.
Yes.
I could tell you were kind of cool with maybe doing this dynamic like we have set up, and Nick was really against it.
I think the shot looks good.
Yeah, it
The
looks great.
shot looks
Yes,
good with both of
right.
you in the same shot. And we haven't, like, I've been here almost 7 months, and me and Nick both have said, like, we haven't found the right look for the show yet.
Yeah.
In terms of our shots and
Yeah.
our angles, and we keep changing it and looking for it. And so I was like, that looks good. We should try that. And Nick, like, very tepidly was like, yeah, maybe we'll do that.
Does he think it's too close?
I don't know. Actually, we brought it up later in the show, and he said he just doesn't want to turn to look at me the whole time because I sit across from him.
That's bullshit.
He either thinks you smell or he does
No.
not want your germs.
What
Either
people
one.
need to know that I don't know if they know this listening to their show.
Do I smell?
No, I wasn't going there. Insecure much?
Wow.
Yeah, I was
thought
not
he was
going-
about to reveal that.
No.
I'm good.
Nick is like when you go, oh, people are clean.
Yeah.
No, he's got some issues, right? Like he's coming in.
I don't think they're issues. I love
No,
how
no.
clean he is.
Thank you, Ramie. Thank you.
I've only seen it once though.
I've always thought I was a germaphobe, and people in my life are like, dude, you go a little too far.
Yeah.
Like you got a problem. And then I met Nick Cattles, and I was like, no, I'm moderately germophobic compared to a Nick Cattles.
Wait.
You guys, you witnessed the start of his routine.
Got it.
When you were
That was the
when we were
start?
having the transition.
That's the base level.
yesterday.
Then he puts a hazmat suit
There's
on. He
a-
does a spray.
There's a disinfectant
Yeah.
spray. Every button he might touch, every key on the keyboard, the whole phone bank,
Okay.
the microphone stand, at the the console. Everything gets wiped down with disinfectant wipes. It's a whole thing.
We need to see his house because his house is probably immaculate. And I love a clean house. You have no idea.
I like how you're trying to be nice about this because two people
Deuce,
are kind of making fun of him.
You know me and how I feel about cleanliness.
Just to go back to what we were saying, we are actually further away right now
Yeah.
than we are when we do our podcast.
Oh,
And
yeah.
this is actually this is a good
I like
distance.
this. Yeah.
I've seen you guys you're like shoulder to shoulder in the podcast.
It's too close.
Is that a camera thing? Okay.
Room,
All right.
camera.
So I just feel like that would be a good. I think you should force it a little bit. Be like, I am sitting here. So just do it. Like, what's he gonna do? Is he gonna stop the show? Or is he gonna walk out?
He's gonna Lysol his face. Yeah, stay here then. I'll get you.
What if we start the show and I just slowly creep around?
Yeah.
Like every segment, I'm just a little bit closer to Nick
They
until
make it one camera shot slowly.
It's like a slow Collinsworth slide in, like he used to do with Al Michaels.
But it'll take the entirety of the 4 hours. Like by the fourth and final hour, I'll be next to Nick, and he won't even know it.
Yeah, you switch spots somehow. You're on the other side.
All right, well, we do this at the end of every show. It's time for closing time.
Closing time. It's closing time. But before we go, we have to give you a last call.
Nick Hells and Ramie coming up at 3 p.m. So do a little closing time, some random
It's on
question.
2 p.m. today?
2 p.m. Why do I do that twice in a row?
Oh, my God.
2 p.m. They're coming up next at 2 p.m. We are on 11 to 2. They are on 2 to 6 now. 2 to 6, dudes.
That's the lineup.
Okay.
That's the lineup.
6A to 6P, live and local. Anyway, Kings with a nice home win over the Grizzlies last night. What was your favorite moment of last night's win?
You start, Ramie.
A pivotal one for
This
you.
is going to sound weird. The 2 steals by
Dude.
Trey Lyles at the start of the fourth quarter.
That is not weird. I think that was my favorite
All
moment.
right.
Yeah.
Okay. Because there was a lot in that game. 47 points in the first quarter. Is that
Dude.
right?
They were 12 of 13 from 3
That's
in
ridiculous.
the first.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I love that because those deflections, those defensive plays that led into just
And
some,
then the dunks off of him
Yes.
and Golden One center blowing up. It was a great moment in the game.
love
a
it.
sneaky play that no one noticed. I only saw it late on social media because
What?
Jill Adge put it out there. That would have been a highlight. PJ Dozier in transition went between the legs
Yes.
with the
Yes.
bounce pass to KZ.
Give him his love. I love it.
He missed it, but
he was so slick with it. I don't think they even, and I'm not knocking anybody.
Yeah.
I don't think they noticed it on the broadcast until the replay on NBC Sports California.
Yes.
Like they showed the replay and Katie was like, "Oh, like she didn't catch it the first time around."
That was
That
unbelievable.
he went between the legs.
It
That
was
real nice.
so sly. Love that. I would say, I guess, just to give it a little chunk, I would say Harrison Barnes, his 5 first quarter threes, just because for me, that really set the tone of the game. But how fun is it to see a guy make that many threes to start a game?
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah.
I think the other thing that's so crazy about this team, and we know, like, we talk about like their championship team sometimes. I'm just
Mhm.
excited because they're winning games, okay? But like, it just seems like there's always some guy who steps up.
Yeah.
I know Trey Lyles didn't reach that magical 30 mark. Like they have 6 players who've scored 30 or more in a game. But when you can have a Trey Lyles come in and drop 24 and have an impact, it shows you like the depth on this team.
And I've brought this up a few times on the show over the course of, and I'm not, look, don't take this too far, but over the course of special seasons, those are the types of things that happen, is the unlikely hero and a different unlikely hero on any given night stepping up and being the star of the night.
I'm interested in your answer on this because, again, you're not a Kings fan. I mean, you support the Kings.
Sure.
You're not a Kings fan. You grew up here.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm getting caught up in all the
He's
hype.
rooting,
Yeah.
man.
So we had Mike
Like the
Bibby on the
game.
show today. He was at the game last night, Kings-Grizzlies game. Does he make it on your top 5 favorite Kings list, Morgan?
Top 5 favorite Kings. I would have to go over my list because right now, person of the moment's like, yeah, duh.
Oh, because of after today?
No, not just because of after today, but just because of I grew up playing in that same position, right? A point guard, so when you have a point guard in your hometown market, we had, Bibby, we had Jason Williams, and then we had Tisha Penichero and Kara Lawson, on the other side for the Monarchs. And it was like, we had some epic point guards in this city. And so right away, it just goes yes for me. I'm just going to say yes right now. Yes.
Yeah. What memories do you have of Mike? Do you have memories of Mike Bibby?
I do.
Yeah.
And I'm because I'm an outsider, so to speak. Like my top 5 Kings list would probably be the most basic all-time favorite.
Love
King.
it.
You know what I mean? Like everybody has a deep cut of their team that's their number one team. Mine would be like Chris Webber,
Yep.
Mike Bibby, Jay Williams, Peja, and throw in a Vlade. I don't know.
You know, I said it. Sabonis is in mine now. So Sabonis is already in my
already-
top.
Wow,
I
really?
love that
Born
guy.
and raised here, has been watching the Kings obviously
Stud.
since he's just like wee little kid, and Sabonis is already in his top 5.
Pretty studly.
Well, Cattles
Studly.
and Ramie coming up next at 2 p.m.
Every day.
2 p.m. Make sure you're watching them. YouTube.com/Sactown Sports 1140, the app, and right here on 1140. We love you guys, but we got to go.
Everybody have a great day. See ya!